This is a Headgum podcast.
Well, welcome everybody to the... We're live. We're live. Welcome everybody to the podcast Exploration Live. Now, what?
Well, right now we're sitting both of us at the same camera, and it's so fun.
It is fun.
It's
I
like
actually
a
felt
newscaster.
like we're setting up for like an interview. I actually feel like we're...
Like Joan Rivers. No. Barbara Walters.
Yeah, I'm going to say like Jenna Bush Hagar and Matt Rogers.
Not Hagar.
What?
Hager.
Hagar? That's what it is? It's not Hagar?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's all good.
I really know what's up with her.
Yeah, I bet. Do you have any updates?
She's just like, no. Also, the candy that I'm eating, I have a sucking candy in my mouth, and it's seriously one of the best tastes I've ever tasted.
Do you want to tell us what it is?
Yeah, it's like...
We all had... Was this the Haichu?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Again, it's a hard candy.
We did the Haichu. I was like, it's so funny that Haichu does hard candy. I can't get around the idea that it's Haichu, but it's not Haichu, y'all.
It tastes like butter.
Wow.
And like melon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have a handle on the taste.
Well, describing taste is really, really hard. I feel so bad for people who have to be restaurant reviewers. I just don't want to have to do that.
I know, it stresses you out.
Because I'm like, I don't want to have to go to the it's like, yeah, like, how was the food? I was like, it was really yummy. Like, what do you have to say?
You know, it's one of those things that it's like, it's one of those New York dreams. Like, there's only so many spots, and a lot of people want to do it. So the idea of you stumbling into it, like,
it's hard to
it's not going to happen.
It's like, if I don't really want it, yeah, but you say that.
And I don't think it's the kind of thing, too, where it's like the person who does it should be someone
who
like, doesn't want to do it, like the president.
Right, exactly. Like, the best case for the mayor is that he doesn't want to.
Exactly.
Or she. Seriously.
Okay. Really get serious.
Let's lock in for a second.
Let's bring in our guests, right?
I think so. Well, I think we've gotten it really, really warm.
Couldn't deny it. We have two amazing guests on today. We're very, very lucky. Staring right at them. We've never sat like this before, so I'm acting weird.
Yeah, this is a new vibe for us.
I feel like we're interviewing to see if we want something to happen with our kids. Both of us.
This is like the principles there.
Yeah.
It's like the scene in Modern Family when Cam and Mitch.
Should I bring them in first so they can hear this? And they'll probably want to
No, let me finish. Just trust me. They'll get crowded out from this. I don't want them to be all day.
Got it.
When the two gay guys, their kid gets into a fight with two lesbian moms. And they're like, the whole bit is like, oh, they actually have nothing in common.
Yes.
And it's that woman, Wendy, who was in Bridesmaids. And I think with that, we should bring in our guests.
Great.
They are going to have a lot to
Extra
say
warm
about
for
that.
you guys. So please welcome to the podcast, Drew Anderson and Marcia Belsky.
Hi.
Wow, thank you so much.
So
awesome.
Happy to be here.
Thank
I
you
like
so
this
much for having
format.
us.
Yeah, it's nice.
It
2v2.
does feel
Like-
yeah.
Like the sitting format or like the intro?
Just like you guys over there, us
Yeah.
over here.
Right. It's very like we're both being interviewed because we're both finalists in the mixed doubles tennis competition.
Yeah.
For sure.
Actors access that thing, but it's like
Yes.
everybody
Right.
has a
Yeah.
microphone.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
like, I'm interviewing you at the same time.
Yeah, so it's your actors on actors kind of thing.
Actors on
actors on
yeah.
actors with actors on actors.
It's like
Actors on actors on actors on
and don't get
actors.
confused. It's Charlie to Marcia and Natalie to Drew.
Exactly.
Actors on
Exactly.
actors,
Ping pong.
diagonal.
Yeah.
Like the whole conversation, it's like, sorry, it's just hard
Yeah.
to concentrate
Sorry,
because they're
people-
talking.
We're going at the same time. So.
People like to see two people who are bad at interviewing, like on actors on actors, like because I'm looking at them and I'm like, neither of you knows how to ask each other
Right.
questions.
That's
'cause you're both
so
actors.
true.
Right.
Actors on actors, it's like, you guys need a professional in there.
You need
Of course.
a
And they're-
journalist.
No, journalists.
Yeah, they're
An
just waiting to
interviewer.
answer the question.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I like it though.
I like it sometimes.
I think it's so good. I honestly think they're kind of like they're low key kind of better sometimes because it's like what you more so want to do is like hear them like gush.
Yeah, about each other.
And to
Yes.
the
Sometimes
journalists,
Yes.
it's so
Can
annoying.
I say,
Yeah, of course.
sometimes it's too much.
Yeah.
It depends on if it feels authentic to me because I used to go like it depends on if it's authentic until realizing it is subjective whether
Right.
I
Whoa,
feel
Yeah,
when
yeah.
did
Growth.
you realize that?
this morning.
This
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Really?
I
You
realized
woke up- you were like-
authenticity is subjective.
I woke up, I said, my opinions are subjective. I really had to change a lot of my behavior.
Wow,
Oh my God.
wow.
The morning pages were hitting.
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
Just one scroll. It was some sort of Instagram caption, you know?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
can do it. I agree that sometimes the gushing can feel like a lot. And sometimes you're in a thing with someone where you're in a mutual gushing thing and they're actually like you sense this rising mutual distress because you're
How to
like,
get out of it.
I don't think we know how to leave this.
You know,
It's like
actually-
I've always admired you, and they're like,
Yeah.
I think you are
Yes.
amazing. I've always wanted to be your friend.
And
And
I
then
leave
also,
those. Sorry.
when it's like mutual gushing, it's sort of like when you're both piling on, it's like, is this actually genuine?
Right,
Like,
or
where
we're
is
stuck
this going?
here.
Like,
Yeah. That's my brother-in-law calls that a nice hole.
yes.
Yeah.
You can get
Oh.
stuck in a nice hole,
Right,
and it
right.
really hinges on the third contribution. Like
Right.
nice one, nice back, and then
Yeah.
what happens?
Mhm.
That's really where
Yeah.
it's like
I think
you
s-
get out.
I think the person who's someone's complimenting, the other person compliments. The person who is on the receiving end of the first compliment has to be like, no, like this is about you.
Well, and there
Put
are
it down.
there are
Right.
cultural
Put it down.
solutions. That's why there's
There's
sometimes
cultural
it's like in some
solutions.
cultures that's why you're a little bit rude because it's like then you want to sandwich it compliment
Mhm.
rude.
Mhm.
Like an undercut.
Rude with a little bit of underlying niceness.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
compliment has a little bit of
It's
underlying.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's like
Uh-huh.
you
Yes.
never think about that, but undercutting someone with a compliment is actually it's like the social function is making sure you don't get stuck there.
You don't want to
Right.
get because then you're a wasp. Then you're
Yeah.
stuck in this
Just
fake
like
niceness forever
Well,
that you
I-
think everyone hates.
I
you.
have an option. Can someone give me like a compliment and now I'm gonna get out of it? Really
Yeah, sure, I
Oh,
can do
hold
that.
on, let's think of one. Give me
Yeah,
like
sure.
5 minutes.
I really like
Charlie,
Charlie.
you're so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I need like kind of one person to respond to.
Okay.
You go.
Okay.
Okay.
Charlie, like you look incredible. Like I love your
No,
sweater.
I look fucking stupid.
No, you look
I'm
so
fucking
great.
so. Ugh.
No, I've never seen. That's
I
such a
hate
nice
it, and
color
I
on
make
you.
so many mistakes every day.
That's so
and
funny.
I don't have anything going on for me right now, and I look like fucking shit. And every day I'm like, why the fuck am I even here for?
Okay, you're right.
yeah. I would
had to
stop.
learn-
I'm like, mission accomplished.
No,
Yeah.
like I had to learn how to stop accepting compliments like that. I feel like because
Yes.
I
Yeah,
feel like
people
I
don't
used
like
to feel
that.
like that self-deprecating was what would keep me humble. And you realize like if someone's complimenting you, all they want is for you to go, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
so
then
nice.
move on.
Thank you.
I like people would be like, "Oh my god, I loved you." I'd be like, "Well, I made this mistake
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
did this," and then I'd see just the joy drain out of their face. And I'd be like, "I mean, thank you."
Yeah, people
Right.
don't like it.
It's like, well, guess what? You're lying, and I don't care, and I'm in such a deep pit that won't ever reach me
Right.
at all.
Exactly.
So your compliment is for nothing.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's making everything worse.
Yeah, and now they're responsible for your feelings, which is really good.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
which is
right.
really good.
You're like,
And-
oh my God, thank you so much. I have a lot of favors I need done for me. If,
Right,
if you would be maybe interested in that.
Literally. And then there's a thing, I think we've talked about this in the podcast before, but of taking when someone takes a compliment too much and you're like, I didn't fucking mean it like that bad. Like that.
Oh yeah.
I remember like one time really stands out where this girl that I knew worked on the Hillary campaign
Mhm.
and I ran into her somewhere and it was like after
Mhm.
everything had gone down.
Mhm.
Or maybe it was before the election. Yeah. I think so. Because I think it would have been tinged with more
Do you
like,
want to just tangent for a second, tell everybody what went down? Just in case.
I'm so behind on the news, so I'm still catching up.
honestly, like I would want to keep this story more apolitical. So I'm going to refrain from saying what ended up happening with that election.
Yeah.
And you don't
Yeah.
like spoilers.
Yeah.
I hate spoilers. Maybe you guys you've CNN DVR'd
Yeah.
and you're watching
They're
through
like,
it.
they're like, I want to watch The Sopranos. I'm fucking swamped with C-SPAN right now. I'm literally 10 and a half years behind.
Okay, so basically me scratching this thing.
Mm-hmm. No worries.
Go to the video if you want to see what I'm talking about.
This is videotaped. Did you know
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you
So
guys,
that's why we did hair and makeup.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so basically the point is, basically to this girl, she was like, "Yeah, I'm on the Hillary campaign and like whatever, wherever the fuck." And I was like, "Wow, like thanks,
Mhm.
you know, that's cool."
Mhm.
Kind of just like as a throwaway, whatever. And she was like, "You're welcome." Yeah, and I was like, "All right, bitch, like no,
Oh, like
you know,
that wasn't for you.
no."
Right.
Totally.
Right.
And I was just like, "You took it too easy."
Yeah,
you
she's
know,
like, I am a hero. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you tell your
Yes.
best friend, like, you're such an amazing person. And they're like, not really.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and she takes it, like,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. I'm
Exactly.
like, it's the wrong people taking it to
It's
heart.
never the right person. That's
It's never
what
the
it
right
is.
person,
Like,
yeah.
No, because the right person's never gonna like admit to that. They're gonna be humble, probably.
They're going to be humble.
Throw it away.
That's right. And we're back to the leader,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
reluctant leader, the
Yeah.
reluctant hero.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Who,
Was that a thing?
Like-
Reluctant
were
hero.
you talking about that?
Trope.
Hey, you know what? It was earlier today.
Oh.
We're all
Okay.
like, right.
Totally.
Right.
Totally. The reluctant
The
hero.
reluctant hero rides away.
We were just talking about that. The person who who should be the mayor shouldn't want to be the mayor.
Oh, we were actually talking about that.
The reluctant food critic.
The reluctant
reluctant
food critic.
food
I'm like,
critic.
I know that as the reluctant food critic.
Yes.
The idea that it's like the best food critics are the
Wow.
ones who don't want to be the food critics
Right.
because they're honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
They say they don't. They're like, I don't even like food that much. So if they really like something, it means
That's
something.
exactly who a chef wants to
But
be.
you know
Yeah.
what? There is actually some truth to that, kind of, where like,
Oh shit.
okay, like a problem with some. Wait, I'm randomly gonna go there.
Okay,
a problem with some contemporary like journalism stuff is that like you want access to stuff, and to get access to stuff, you kind of have to kiss up.
Totally.
And so it creates a kind of conflict of interest sometimes. I feel like this comes up in criticism sometimes, where it's like you can't be that much of a bitch to stuff because then
You won't
But
have
you lose
access there.
access.
you won't get invited to the things, and you won't be allowed to do it, and so you end up with this trend towards like puffy kind of nothing, or
Puffy
everything becomes
poo-poo.
like
I would be the
PR.
queen of
or
puff
so
pieces.
panning
Yeah.
that it's about the person not being a cool kid as opposed to like really looking at what
Totally,
they're trying
totally.
to do.
It's all
Yeah.
like personal beef. Like everything comes back to and often I'll do this where I'm like being like, I didn't even like it, and then it's like pause, like, is there something else going on? And often I'm like, there is. You got me. There is. I'm
Right.
like, I'm feeling maybe sexually envious of that
Right.
person.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Credit
I'll
where
say
credit's
it.
due.
It's probably that. I would say
Sexual
99% of the
envy.
time.
99% of the time I'm
for
like,
human beings.
right.
It's
If like
so
another gay guy
true.
does something and I'm like, I didn't even like it. And it's like, is there a kind of sexual envy going on? I'm like,
Right.
yes,
Yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
There is.
And they're
Definitely.
gay and they're doing something.
There's
It's
something I
Yeah,
don't like
it's not
at
nice.
all.
What
of
the hell?
them.
I'm like, that should be me.
That should
Or
be me.
I don't.
Or
it shouldn't be
they
someone
should
else.
have sex with me. Or
Or
they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
Yeah.
And
it's
they-
like they should want to have sex with me. That's the anger. It's like
Yeah.
you should be pursuing me.
Yeah,
Right.
Because
exactly.
I want you.
Right.
Because I want you.
And because like you're not and you're also successful, that's just hurtful, personal,
It's not okay. It's
demeaning.
Yeah.
not okay. And if I have a column, and I don't, but often I'm at a party and I get a little soapbox.
Yeah.
Sometimes with celebrities, I have that. Like when I have such a crush on a celebrity, I'm like, you know what? Fuck you.
Mhm.
You will never look my way.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, who do you think you are?
yeah, it's
Right.
like, I'm so honestly, you hurt my feelings.
Mhm.
Like, I hate having a celebrity crush because what the fuck are you supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
There's nothing you put in a box. Like
sucks.
there's nothing you can do with it.
Yeah.
That's actually
It's
a
the
big part
opposite of living.
you try
Yeah.
and fuck people that look like them.
That's exactly
That's what you do.
That's
Yeah.
very action forward.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
That's
appreciate
what you
that.
do. You're like, I don't have
That's
access
what
to
you do.
And I tell myself, like, someday they are going to be obsessed with me. Like,
Yeah.
that whatever that celebrity is, I'm
Yeah.
like, not now. My life's not really where it's going to be at now, where they're going to,
Not
like,
right now.
be
Not
obsessed
right
with
now.
me.
But like, do you guys ever like? Did you guys ever like have crushes on celebs and then like you'll look at one of their recent posts on Instagram and see like some of your followers like commenting on the pic?
Mhm.
Of course, the commenters.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that's that
You're like,
is,
he's mine.
Yeah.
No, I don't even care about that. I'm just like, it's so. I just like don't really have any interest in getting the
You don't
attention of
comment.
celebs.
Totally.
I find that
Thirsty.
behavior like so.
You think they're trying to
strange.
get the attention.
I see.
I thought that maybe for a second they were trying to be funny, but it's
Yeah.
someone who like they could maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but I'm always shocked by that behavior. I'm kind
Yeah.
of like, it freaks me out.
Right.
Some
What is the thing of like, wanting to be or letting yourself be like a? Well, here's what I'll say actually, because I'm saying that
I just stood up.
Oh,
I'm
Natalie
fixing
got
my
mad.
face.
Got a
She's
flight to
very,
LA
very
right now.
sensitive.
I'm fucking out of here.
She's pissed. Like, because I was like, oh, maybe people feel that way, like, oh, they're commenting on like our stuff, and maybe we're at a much much smaller It's like I read
Okay.
every comment on Instagram, and actually, I
Right.
kind of feel like celebs often do.
They
like,
do. That's why they act so
And
weird.
we need
Right.
the support. I think it's also some people are like just genuinely nice, which I'll forget, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, I like him, so I want to support him. You're like, right,
Right. I'm like,
right.
I'm not
Even though he's
getting
a
it.
stranger,
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
good things from him.
Yes.
And there's a lot of negative comments, so those positive ones really help. But then I always am really surprised, like when people are thirsting on Maine, because I'm
Yeah.
like, do you know that this is public?
I know.
That's
Right.
the thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are you
We're all
doing?
here.
It feels
We're all
so
here.
Yeah.
populated that it feels private.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
subway.
Like
Right.
yes, exactly. Like you
Crying
actually
on the
can.
That's
subway.
the type of hot that pisses me off, though.
Yeah.
When somebody's like so hot that it almost becomes, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Does
Yeah.
that make
Well,
sense?
I'll do it like right, like commenting on someone's like Instagram post of like a really hot person, and you're just like, I'm really lowering myself to be like among the rabble.
Masses.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll do it like, I mean, this is really embarrassing, but I will like respond to people's Instagram story where I'm like, never in a bajillion years, like literally just me being like, just another person has flipped my quarter in the jar.
Guys,
Yeah,
exactly.
But I like
shooting
you
your
look at
shot.
half of the
Guys,
love
it's
stories that are
literally-
out there, and it's like they slid into my DM.
Right.
Yeah, you never
have
know.
to do it. And that's literally reply guys.
Yeah.
Like it's actually a beautiful, humble practice. It's just like
It is.
praying.
Yes, it
it's
is.
not about getting
like-
something. It's just
Mhm.
about like
The practice of supplication.
it's like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're blowing a
something
kiss
bigger
to
than
the
you.
sky. Exactly.
Right.
Literally.
Wow, beautiful.
And maybe they'll bite.
And you know what? Every
It's a
once in a while,
confidence
God
I
comes
envy.
down to you and
Every so
says-
often.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. And I also
You
think
get visited.
the practice of putting out that of being a reply guy, I think it does get you in the right headspace.
Mhm.
I want things. I'm someone. I
listen,
exist. I'm in
Caveat,
there.
like, as long as you're nice. Like, don't
Right.
be
Obviously.
weird.
Don't send
be-
unsolicited photos, but
Yeah.
but it is there is a thing with the confidence of a reply guy or just someone where you're like you accept your needs and you lean into it as opposed to repressing
Right.
or feeling like
Right.
everyone's overthinking
Yeah.
you. Like they're just like what's funny though is that people will be like, no one's thinking about the fact that I leave comments on someone's page, and then we're on here on a podcast
Yeah.
being like, I saw it and I
Yeah.
did judge you.
Well, by the way, like
God.
that line of people being like, whenever I'm weird, oh, I did a weird
No
thing, and
one's
people
thinking about
being
it.
no
like,
one's thinking about
I'm
you.
like, literally, I know that's not true because I am thinking about weird stuff people did to me at a party like all the time.
It doesn't
like,
work.
Me too.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking about lots of weird stuff other people did. It's actually just okay because it's like sometimes you're just the weird person.
Yeah.
And that has to be
or
okay.
I've let it go now. By now, my thought is I go, well, yeah, I mean, I think about that weird thing that person did all the time, and what does it change for them? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
they did that weird thing. I
Yeah.
saw it. We both continued to live.
Mhm.
And
I
I'll
go
do the
Cinderella
same.
mode. My thing is being like the right person will never be weirded out by me.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? Like friendship
sweet.
wise. Like if
Yes,
I'm
yes.
actually fucking with someone,
Totally.
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so if I'm annoying, guess what? We are not
Vibing. We're not friends.
we are not supposed to be best
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
I don't feel
yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
yeah, yeah.
safe.
I don't
Yeah.
feel safe with
Now
you.
that's my red flag where I'm just like, if I leave a thing, like being like so
did I say?
anxious, I want to jump out of the ceiling. I'll be like, now I shifted. I'm like, actually, they were being weird.
literally.
Totally.
Well, you're like, oh, if you're like, I was being stupid, I was being whatever. It's like, well, there was a dynamic there, and with some people, you don't feel stupid and weird.
kind
Some
of like
you got this.
okay, like it's like if you're like a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like all the stuff that you're learning about like drowning stuff. It's like it's never supposed to happen because someone's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
watching it and getting in their right way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good example.
That's beautiful. No, I really liked where you were going.
It's just
with
like
that.
it should never get to that point. And what are we talking about?
I felt like I knew where you were going because it's
Yeah.
about like you want to prepare for the emotional regulation
Oh.
skills that you're hoping to never use.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the thing of like I felt stupid. It's like, well, how did you get there? Like there was an environment that allowed you. To
A
feel
lifeguard
stupid.
was
And there's
lacking.
two people.
Should never
So
get
it's
to
like,
that point.
Mm-hmm. It is like it
It's not
takes
all-
two to tango.
It's not all on you.
Right. It is helpful. It's like helpful to be like, it's the dynamic. And honestly, helpful too to be like, I feel like I don't like being like, oh, they were weird, they were mean. Because sometimes it's like, it actually really is about the dynamic.
It's just the dynamic, the
It's like, I bet
compatibility.
you they find a way to be really nice to a lot of people.
Yes, that's like by
And
the way.
I brought out a meanness in them that I didn't want to. Like,
Not some people though. Some people horrible,
That's some people. I'll tell you.
It's true.
Mhm.
horrible.
Horrible.
Okay, I have a thing on this
Yeah.
that happened recently where I was met someone that was friends with my friend, but not good friends. Like I didn't know that they knew each other that well.
Yes, yes.
At a party with my friend, someone comes over, and my friend's like, "Oh, by the way, this is this person." I'm like, "Oh, hey." We start talking like we cannot. Like
wall after
we
wall.
keep kind of like kind of a little bit like putting the other person on edge or kind of insulting each other. And it happened like maybe like 3 times. We got into like a thing of like, "Oh, where are you from?" Blah blah blah. No, I didn't mean that. Well, not really. Like kind of things where
Yeah.
we're like
Right.
being misinterpreted.
Rhythm
whatever.
is wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then my friend who knew both of us was like, by the way, you guys would actually get along.
Would
like, I don't know
actually?
what this is.
Yeah.
And we were
the
both
friend
like-
was there.
Was
and
watching
named
it all
the dynamic
happen.
and was like, so just
Something's
flagging for
not
you guys, like,
working.
They
this
were
is
like,
odd.
all right, well, you would get along, by the way. And then we immediately dropped our weapons, and we were like, okay, great, we do. Actually, we do.
It's
Love
the
you,
Laura
love
And then-
Charlie
you.
XCX
Yes.
song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's the
So that gave you guys permission to like drop your bits of getting to
Whatever.
know each other
We were
and
trying
you
to
could
like
connect.
like feel each other out,
Right.
and we
At a
didn't like what we
distance.
were
and then
seeing.
you were vibing.
yeah.
It took that.
That's
Well,
all. Took.
often it is like, this is a thing I feel like you do, Daniel does, like being able to name a dynamic as it's happening. Being like, wait, we're being weird right now. And that can be so
Yes.
freeing.
Yes,
Just
yes,
be like,
because you're fighting it the whole time.
yeah, or
It can
you're just being
also
like, sorry,
really
I feel like I
escalate
can't
things.
figure out like
What's
what
going
I'm
on
saying.
here.
Yes, it really can escalate things. And if that happens,
You know what I figured out?
Then you're
That
just not compatible.
on you go.
this is
On you
something
go.
I do now that is really, it's very effective in terms of it really is like whatever like animals do to show the other person that they're like not trying to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, they put their ears down or
No,
some
they like
shit.
roll on their bellies.
Roll on their bellies.
I feel like I do slow blink at people. So
Yes.
it's like, it's like having a cat.
I'm literally like,
See people in New York trying to fuse. I'm like,
Yeah.
Wait,
Yes.
I have more to blink.
yeah.
But you like need their attention.
Yeah.
Anyways, now if I really kind of step in it for no
Mhm.
reason, I'll say like I was trying to be funny. And it's so pathetic
Yeah.
to try and be funny
Yeah.
that people end up being like, all right, well, we can move on. Like
Yeah.
they don't even
Yeah.
want, they're just like, it's
Yeah.
not like, so no, I was joking because that implies the other person should get it. But it's like if you were trying to make a joke and the person didn't like it, it's like I was trying to be funny. They're like, oh, I feel really bad for you.
Yeah.
And then you
yeah.
move on. Like it totally shifts it
That
to
feels
like,
sad.
It does
I
kind of
think
work.
so. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it doesn't.
self-deprecating, I feel like always good. And then I'll feel like I'll go too far sometimes, but I also just wish it's the only comedy I don't like is when like they are never self-deprecating. Like everyone else is always the joke, but then you're just like, well, nice hairdo. And they're like, that's not funny.
You're like,
You hit a nerve immediately. Yeah.
I hate hitting a nerve and I hate when it happens to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
It
a nerve
happens
is
to
hit and you're
some.
like, yeah, that's funny.
The worst part about being a comedian is like feeling like you have to have a good sense of humor about
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm like,
actually.
that's actually, that's interesting. Let's not talk about that anymore.
That's interesting. Let's change the subject.
Do you want to do ideas? Is
Yes.
it time?
Oh,
We're gonna pass ours to you and you
Okay.
pass yours to us.
Okay.
Fabulous.
just throw it or.
I'm just, I'll be
I
in
think
charge
reach.
of this.
The
Okay,
guys should
perfect.
reach.
Yeah.
This is a guys in the middle, girls
Marcia
on the
and I are like-
outside. I'm looking for mine. I can't find it.
Oh my
Oh my god,
God.
Charlie.
Please
That's
what?
not like you.
Yeah, okay.
Make sure you leave all this in.
It's really not
Oh,
like
and
him.
by the way, like we will.
Yeah.
And we do.
We
It's
will,
like,
we do.
We only edit something when a guest is like,
that
I
out.
said my
Can't say that.
social security
Yeah, let's
number
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not
out
include
loud
that.
by accident.
For sure.
I showed my credit card to the camera.
Yeah.
I like
And
the
we're like-
setup here actually because it's hard to forget you're on a podcast. Where it's like sometimes when you're just recording and I just feel like I'm talking shit at a party and then I'm like,
Oh,
all of
fuck, I
that
said
was
that.
recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to like message them and be like, all
Can you
right,
take
this
that
person,
out?
this person, this person, cut that.
I know. It's like, well, in any given conversation, you would always trade
Mhm.
like, well, actually, I don't do this as much anymore.
Or
Okay.
trade a little shit talking to
Like you trade the dignity of the people in your life in order to have a easy flowing conversation.
For sure.
Like
Oh,
you're
that's
just like,
interesting.
yeah, well, you know what? My friend is having something really private. It's like, no.
Yeah, let's just
No,
spill.
let there be an awkward silence.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
here
yeah.
are priorities here.
Yes.
Like, you are
It is
gonna.
helpful to know when you're like, I'm gonna divulge the secrets of
Yes.
my friend,
Right.
Yeah,
In order
that's
to
a niche
like,
part of maturing is
Yeah.
like
It's
realizing like
true.
you don't have to impress a stranger at the like behest of someone you actually
Oh
Literally.
my
care.
god! Or I embarrass myself. I'm doing
Totally.
Yeah,
like
me too.
there is a certain kind of
Overshare.
person who is like good looking and quiet and like doesn't just jump to fill the pauses in conversation where it's like I will start and you can set a timer and 75 seconds into the conversation I'm like, so I guess because of my parents' divorce,
No, that's exactly.
I think I have a really hard time with commitment.
It's like then you
actually.
jump 10 seconds and you're dancing.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And then you jump 10 seconds and,
then
you're
we're
doing
like this,
push-ups.
yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, I think sexually my great fear actually is.
Right.
Cut to you throwing up in the bathroom.
Right. He's like, anyway, great to meet you. I'm like,
Yeah.
awesome.
I always that's
people.
like the still like just absolute shame that I'll still feel like leaving. If like that's the only time where I'm like, I hate that I left my house today. Like
Wait, I feel
it's
like this
someone
is,
quiet and powerful, and then I'll just spill. Can't stop.
you can't spill, and this is actually related to.
I know. I was gonna say that.
Is
It's
this
actually what I
yours?
wrote down.
All right, let's do
It's
this.
like we
Yeah.
all just sort of channeled this.
We channeled.
Yeah.
We channel you, and you channel us.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Drew's idea. Filling dead air when convo hits a wall. So what's new? All right, listen.
Let's
Go
talk
ahead.
about it.
Yeah.
You start.
Okay, so I'm a little bit older than
Mm,
some
true.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dropping the daddy
Yeah.
card.
So like I feel like I being social lately, like when I was like in my 20s, sort of like what you're saying, Charlie,
Mhm.
I would like hit a wall with someone,
Mhm.
minute and a half in, and then sort of like either be self-deprecating or like turn to so what's new, which is like a really hard
what's new
vague question.
Well, because it's getting so close to the thing we're talking about of acknowledging that something isn't working, but you're not actually acknowledging it, but it's mutually known.
Yes,
Okay.
and also
That's why it tanks the vibe. That's so real. I've
the
never thought about
question
it like
so
that.
what's new can only occur if the conversation isn't flowing.
Yeah.
Because so what's new is like sort of the umbrella
it can
of
only be birthed.
conversation with
Right.
someone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So now, like, as I'm older, what I've been doing, which has been a challenge, is not self-deprecating, not going to so what's new. I'm sort of just like letting
Yeah.
air into conversations and seeing how that's going, which is like, of
Literally
course,
what
its
we were
own hell.
discussing.
Yeah.
But it's like when you hit a wall with someone and you're don't know where to go, there's this like your heart's beating because you're like, it's the worst thing in the world to have to like think of something.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
scary. But it's like, oh, there's two people here. Like if it's not vibing, like you can totally just let it be.
Not
let
talk.
it be. You cannot talk, and then that can be like,
Wow.
And then you can go your
That's
separate ways.
honestly
or,
blowing my mind. So
Yeah.
you're suggesting, let me
Yeah.
get this straight.
yeah.
Yeah, let's clarify.
Yeah.
What
crap.
you're suggesting is maybe allowing enough air
Yeah.
to either to allow it to end naturally,
Yeah.
or you're saying enough air to like gently find the next thing.
Yes.
Which one? Like either.
Either one.
Whichever.
Wow.
Well, there,
I'm
also
just
it's like if you're
naturally-
calm, something might come up. You might
Yes.
actually not just have a reflexive like we need to fill, but
Yes.
like find an organic curiosity.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very attractive
Allowing
energy
for-
too. Then you're the strong, silent, hot person where someone else is spilling to you.
Right. And it's like there's not
Because
this
the other
like
person being like, anyway, so
I think it's like I
I
want to
just
ease
cheated,
their
actually.
panic.
Yeah.
Right. You're
and
actually
then
going
it's
to
like,
induce
'cause
heart attacks.
No good conversation has ever come from someone being like,
so
what's new?
Yeah.
Because you're usually, when someone asks you that question, you're kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like nothing really, or, I just came from dinner, or like,
Yeah.
or like, where'd you come from? Which is another,
Wait,
kind of go
okay,
to.
can I just say something? And this makes me really scared because I trust you guys. And I have to say that I love Where'd You Come From?
Where'd you come from?
I like to know what you do with
And
your day.
Yeah.
I don't like what's new, but I
Yeah.
do honestly say, we've talked about this
Yeah.
on the podcast before, and let's get into it and maybe
Yeah.
brainstorm a little bit about
Yeah.
where I'm
Where
like
do you
missing
go?
it. Because
Yeah.
for me, Where Were You Before This is like, it's just like a gateway to more conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Like if
gives
they
you a
want,
little
it's like, oh, is it
context.
rehearsal? Oh, rehearsal for
For
what?
what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's new is hard because it's like it can stress. If I'm depressed, what's new is the worst
That's-
question.
yeah.
It's a little
because
bit
it's
like,
like
how's
what's
it
new?
going?
It's sitting in my house for 2 days. I can't believe I managed to shower today. And
Yeah.
And then it's like when I'm busy, what's new is like, well, I don't like, I'm doing this, but I don't want to
Yeah.
sound like braggy or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's so
And
true.
so I feel like it is kind of or it does. It's what it is like it reveals that there is a problem in the conversation, but you're not naming it. So now you just have all that tension between
that's
you.
to me. Whereas
Yeah,
actually, like the
right.
what I think, like to me, what were you up to before this slips by
Yeah.
a little bit better.
I like that better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can get away
More
with a little bit
specific.
Yeah.
more with like.
That's
There's
totally
a
fine.
plausible deniability of like I was curious. No,
Yeah.
no. I
Wait,
wasn't
but
bored.
also,
I was
by
curious.
the way, guys, I have to say too that the being worried about what to say next, or not worried, but like just wanting to know what to say, not knowing what to say next, like that can happen in good circumstances.
Yeah.
That's
like
true.
when two people who like each other are catching up and
Just a
seeing
weird
each other
moment.
after a while, like
Yeah.
it doesn't all, and like sometimes you get caught on like a dead end or whatever, and it's like sometimes it is like you want to just be like, what else? What's
Yeah.
up?
I feel like that's
How are
TV
you
and
or
movies.
something.
Like TV and movies makes us feel like it should all flow
flowing.
all the time
Can't
when
just
really life is a
flow.
lot of
But
uncomfortable moments. Like even when it flows.
I do think Drew is talking about a specific, like specifically the kind of like you're not that. Like because
Yes.
I agree. I actually think what's new to
Yeah.
a friend can
Is-
be a great
is
question.
easy, is lovely.
What's new to a
someone,
friend?
I'm
Right.
more,
When
I'm more
the
meaning
tension
like
is there.
someone maybe you've spoken to once or twice,
Yeah.
and you're in
Right,
a one-on-one
right.
chat.
Not
like
connecting.
consciously trying to make kind of party
It's hard.
chatter,
Right.
ambient chatter.
You know what I worry about is that honestly, like I'm actually always more down for that
Yeah.
convo
Well, I
Yeah.
have to
than
say
the
this
other
too,
person. Like
we
I
were socialized
am-
as women though, so it's like I'm realizing in this conversation that's like I take 100% responsibility in conversation
For caring, yeah.
for caring for the conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if the
Of course.
conversation was bad, I leave being like, I'm bad.
Yeah,
Like that
right.
was bad. And it's like that is just part of like anxiety or part of individuals. But it's also like I do feel like as a woman it's put on you a little bit more. So it's like, but I also feel sometimes there's an overcorrection where it's not my responsibility to caretake. But then now like younger people especially, there's this real laid back attitude where I'm like, well, someone has got to try a little bit.
Yeah, right.
So we
We're
are
talking right now. We're next to each other. We might as well.
We can't all
give it a
just-
Or like
shot.
when
right?
they order food from a counter and I'm like, so you are going to have to say what you want to eat if
Yeah.
you do want to get the food.
Right.
You know?
Does that happen to you when you're like,
Oh my God. I mean, or just even standing behind someone sometimes where like they'll be sitting there and I'm like, what's going on? Are they asking a question? No, they're just staring. What's going on?
right.
And then if I'm working, like, you know, people will come up and they're like, and then I think they're waiting on me. So I'm like, yes, what can I get for you? Some of the young, really frightened ones that are like shaking baby deer, they're like, food? Like, I try and get, depending on their attitude, because if they're arrogant and covering for the insecurity, I'm mean to them. But if they're like sweet
the
and
worst
scared, I'll guide them and
situation.
I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
kind to
If
them.
you're
Someone
insecure and then
arrogant,
becoming arrogant.
covering for insecurity, which like arrogance, I guess, is always like covering for something. But like you're just like, I know that I'm supposed to feel bad for you.
I won't tolerate it.
I will kill you.
Yeah.
I won't tolerate it.
Unfortunately,
No way.
you got a tough hand.
Yeah.
Like it
Because you
sucks
are
that
not
when
getting
you're
sympathy.
upset, you act annoying.
Yeah.
It
we
sucks
all
that
do.
that's your go-to.
It's actually like a Greek tragedy.
Right.
It's like
It's
that's what
Greek.
happens. It's like, and then he got killed by
Yeah.
a sword.
Right.
And I'm breaking that down to them with a line of people behind
You
them.
need
I
to
say, I
tell
have the
them.
time.
Yeah.
My issue was you weren't ordering fast enough, but now we're
That's a
going to
good
take some
problem.
time
I
to
mean
fix this.
Let's
that's
enter a healing
an
space.
idea for
Yeah.
a restaurant.
Yeah, every customer you diagnose, you're like, all right, tell me about your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me about your
Or just
siblings.
based on the order, like the way someone orders, you're like, listen to me. I know you want to walk around acting like you're big dogging everyone. You're gonna have a better time if you lead with grace.
Totally.
And they're like, thanks.
You know what I think I need to hear when I go up and I order? I need someone to be like, so, okay, I can get that for you. I'm not your friend and I am getting paid right now. And there's a difference in our class structure. So you can acknowledge that. And that's okay.
But
That's
some
what I need
people
to
do
hear.
overcorrect. Like sometimes people like I know
Overly.
they're trying to acknowledge that, but then it's funny too. Like they're like, sorry, thank you. That's how I am when I go into a restaurant.
That's kind of what I mean.
I think
Though, is
it's a
like
better
that
way to be.
behavior of someone who's so aware of it,
Yeah.
but then like trying to skirt around it. And it's like, you are paying for this thing.
Yeah.
Like this is what's happening.
Or they're still being really difficult. Where I'm
Yeah.
literally just like, I don't care about your apologies if you're still gonna insist on like holding me hostage for 30
right,
minutes for
exactly.
this conversation.
literally.
But I'm not your friend. I'm gonna say that to them. I'm not your friend. I'm your mom. I mean, I'm your cashier.
I'm your mama.
I'm your mom. And honestly, like a lot of these grown men, it's like the better the job they have, the more they were like neglected as children, like the more wealth they come from. So then they like, I'm parenting. I come from the
God.
same skills that you use as a nanny.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
like, say for example, like I had 4 guys come up.
Oh my
They all
God.
start screaming their orders to me at once. And then I literally go like, guys, who's ordering? Who's ordering? Are we ordering with me?
Marcia.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how to, like,
You have to treat
my
them
God, I
like
wanna
that.
How do they
but then they
react to that?
respond to it immediately
Yeah,
because
of course.
all they want is a mommy.
Mama.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was mama?
That's
Where's
my
mommy?
restaurant. Where was mama?
You will help people.
Counter.
Where was
was
Mama?
Mama?
Is so funny.
Where was
here.
mama?
Mommy's
Don't
here.
worry, she's here now. That goes on the
Coming.
back of the shirt.
She's
Oh my
here now.
God.
I want to circle back very quickly to something I'm thinking about based on the other conversation about myself.
Mhm.
Yes.
So just the thing of like the what's new thing.
Mhm.
I think the thing that's hard
Mhm.
for me, and I've been thinking about this lately, is that especially with chit chat, like what's new is wrong if it's not a vibe that's like both people are wanting to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I feel like sometimes it's like you don't know
You don't know what's new.
if the person is feeling that.
Yeah.
You don't
Sometimes
know.
you want to keep it going and they don't.
That's the
Right.
whole
That's like the
risk
great
of community.
risk of talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the risk of socializing. That's
It's
like
so
the
cray.
lose-lose of being a human. But
Yeah.
it's
You're
also
just like, I'm
win-win.
just going to go with God and trust that if I am feeling this vibe of chatting, you are too, and I hope that you're skillful enough to get out of it.
And if
need
you
to.
ask someone like what's new and they're just immediately like not much, then it's kind of like okay.
Yeah, there's
then
actually
I respect you.
right. There's
I
a way of
respect
answering
you,
that.
and then
That's
you
literally like
you
hand
move it
on the
right
head
along.
so you don't get touched in yoga.
Yes, exactly.
What's new? Not much. It's like
You're like, got it, moving right along.
Let's
I'm
move
like,
it.
You're like,
I'm gonna walk you to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
that's true.
literally.
Little
It's
sequiturs
let's
like
go to the
that.
bathroom in a staggered way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop you off at the bathroom.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Seems like this might be a good time for you to get a drink or go to the bathroom or go ahead and head outside.
Yeah.
for a cigarette.
Let's like sort of nod as we pass each other
Yeah.
the rest
Right,
of the party
exactly.
and not stop and talk.
you're like,
Yeah.
so you're like, so what's been new with you? Someone's like, not much. You're like, so let's maybe find some of your friends then. I can go
Yeah.
ahead and drop you. Are you looking
5
for anyone?
seconds.
Yeah.
That's how quick you gauge a
When-
conversation at a party. What's
yes.
new? Not much. All right,
All
so
right,
you're
see you
gonna go
later.
that way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to the exit.
When you're struggling through that conversation and a friend comes over, it's like, what better feeling in
That's
the
a
world?
nice friend. And when you're struggling and
Yeah.
no friends come, you're like, all right, I guess tonight was not the night that you all were
No,
able
but
to help
you
Or
me.
know
no,
what?
the worst is when you're struggling with a friend and then they leave.
That's what
and
I was about
like,
to say.
and you're like, oh, okay, so bye. Oh, you're getting a drink.
No.
Yeah, I bet you all need one soon too.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
like,
been
exactly.
betrayed too many times where it's like someone's obviously in a dead conversation and then they're like Marcia and then I'm a good friend so I step in, they abandon me immediately.
Oh, they
I don't
leave
help
you with
anymore.
them.
I don't
Yeah,
help
that's-
anymore.
that's a
No, that is
shitty
not
move.
okay.
It's happened to me too many times. And then
Yeah.
I'm someone who like if there's like an awkward group and someone's on the like out, even if we're not close with them, let's bring them in because I think it's so mean to like be having an in conversation
Yes,
with
yes.
5 people. Someone's watching you guys, clearly wants to be a
not
part of it.
okay.
That is good
Bring
behavior.
them in.
That's good
Not
behavior.
Especially
okay.
in comedy and entertainment hangs, you see it so much where it's like one person, and I'm always the person where I'm at a party by myself, like staying by myself, like just trying to be normal, like, and then everyone's turning their back on me, like, who's this fucking freak
Yeah,
trying to talk
right.
to us? And then my
Yeah.
like friend that
it's
I'm with
good,
finally
yeah.
introduces me, and suddenly everyone's nice and has a personality.
They're
I'm
like, oh,
but you
we
could
like
have been nice
her.
to me when you thought I was a loser here by myself.
Yeah,
You
that's
could
right.
have been nice to me then.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so
It's very
then, you know,
transparent.
Yeah.
So true.
I feel like a few other party etiquette or ethics. It's like if you are feeling worried, I'm scared someone's listening to this and they're like, oh my God, I always have awkward conversations and I'm always just asking like what's new.
Yeah, but by the
We
way,
all do.
I've kind of
It's fine.
identified
Yeah,
with that
you said
figure the
this.
whole
it
Yeah,
came
yeah,
from
yeah.
Drew
It's so hard
saying
to
he
put-
used to do it.
but it's so
Yes,
hard to
yes.
believe about
it's coming
you.
exactly. It's
I
coming from
know.
me. Used to. I
He's
used to
saying
do
he
that.
used to do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
as of yesterday. It's
Yeah.
just a new
Right.
habit he's working
This
on.
was
It's not saying what's
literally
new.
yesterday.
So all of this is possible. I just am like, I feel like I sometimes, this is the thing I learned. Sometimes people would be like, what's new? And I would really try to give an honest answer. And now I hear that kind of question, what's up? What's new? Anything like that, where I'm like, what's being invited, I'm being asked to maybe do the work a little bit of finding a new thing to talk about. So it's not actually, I'm not needing to appraise what's happening in my life. That's not, I'm not being asked to
I
do
feel
that.
like what's new invokes that more than like what's
What's
up.
up? Yeah, yeah.
What's
But even
up?
what's up?
Subtext is everything.
Yeah.
Tone is every. It's a
Yeah.
bid for
Subtext
connection
as well
Yes.
as
or it's a
tone.
sequitur or a gauge, like you said, where it's like if I'm like finding someone's hot, I'm like, what's new? And
Yeah.
then they lean in it, or if they're like, what's new is I'm fucking married, and it's like, okay,
That's right.
totally get it.
That
You're
would
like,
be a
what's
good,
new? I've been married for 6 years. That's what's new. You're like,
and I don't
100%
fuck around
understand.
on her. So
Yeah,
You
we
don't
don't
wear
cheat.
your ring, so
right.
Yeah.
Rings. People need to wear their rings.
Yeah, that's. But I feel like I do. I listen to podcasts and then I'll like over like well, I do that.
Yeah.
Does that mean everyone
Yeah.
hates me?
No,
And
I'm
yeah,
not saying you shouldn't do that.
No,
I'm just
you're
saying
you're growing.
I'm
Edge.
growing. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. You know.
right.
And we're trying to
this
allow
is
for
also a way to like,
space.
I don't know, like be, if you're feeling distraught. I was thinking about this because I was at a party recently and there was someone I was avoiding because every time I talk to them, they are really, really negative and talk about themselves a lot. And I'm like, that is such, and then they do this thing that's really tough. And we've all done it to some extent, but like then when they sense that you're not interested in talking to them anymore, they name that dynamic.
Totally.
And they're like, God, I guess you hate me. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, this is so uncomfortable and hard. And like,
No.
and you're like, yeah, like you are being kind of a bummer. And so if that, and I think we've all done that maybe to some extent. And
But there's some people where it really is like every time, and it's like they get off on the negativity and then making you uncomfortable
Yeah,
for
right.
it. And like
Yeah.
I'll start to realize some people's whole like comedy is that where I'm like, oh, you're not accidentally making the audience uncomfortable. Like you like it, and that's okay. That's a certain type of niche. But like at a party,
It's
I
like-
don't want to be.
It's definitely tough for me, and I'm not a great audience for
Yeah,
that. Like I'm not.
when I'm
wanting
negative,
that.
I'll
Yeah.
do that sometimes,
Right.
but then I'll never be like, oh, you hate me. I'll just be like, sorry, I'm in a weird mood or
Yeah.
like
Right.
whatever. But then
You
they
make it-
want to
you-
be like, oh, now you're mad. Now you're mad because I was being whatever. And you're like,
no, I mean that. And if you like that and that's your path, then go off.
People like everything.
People like everything. If that's what you feel like you're doing, you don't like it. I think there's a way out of it.
yeah.
Ask questions and
Take an
time and place.
SSRI.
Take an
I feel like
SSRI. Honestly,
It's a lot of the times what it comes down to.
really is just chemical a lot of the
Prozac,
times.
Lexapro.
Nothing makes you more bitchy than depression. That's why I have like empathy
so
for it. It's like if someone's being
true.
like that, they are deeply depressed, but also at the same time, it's like I'm prone to depression, so I'm gonna have to walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
me too.
You're like, I'm clawing my way out of the
Game
hole.
recognizing game.
Recognized game. Hey babe, so if you feel like you need to sleep for 3 days, I've been there.
Don't
But
use my pant leg to crawl out of the hole. I'm still just kind of getting out.
I'm in the
I'm
trenches
working my
too.
way out.
So
I'm climbing up the mountain as well, baby. So
I'm
Find
on
another
natural,
foothold. Yeah.
still just on cannabis, honey. So I can't be at this with you.
you're on you don't.
I'm raw dogging and I
Really?
can't do the like antidepressant. Well, I tried to do like Wellbutrin and it made me really anxious. So I was like, well, I'm not depressed anymore, but I'm having panic attacks. Like,
Yeah.
And the SSRIs like just didn't really. I just felt really like tired and drained and like sluggish a
Whoa.
lot. Like I was depressed almost. But
I'm on
felt better
Zoloft and it's
chemically.
just sort of like
Me too.
I feel even keeled. I'm not really noticed. I'm on a very small dose. Like I could probably. I mean, of course, I would go off it and then go off.
But
the
do you
I'm
feel a
always like,
difference?
I'm always like,
What's that?
I'm gonna go off of mine, and then
Yeah.
like I will have like a hard week, and I'm like, no.
When they're working is when I got myself off, I did it like the absolute exact textbook wrong way. I was just like, I'm
You
gonna
didn't wean
stop
off?
and not tell my psychiatrist.
Oh, like no
You're
weaning.
like, fuck you, bitch.
I got this.
I told her a month later and I was like, so I feel horrible.
Yeah.
And this is what I did. And she's like, yeah, so that's why you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So then what'd you do? You just stayed off
Then
of
I
it?
tried the Wellbutrin after that. And then I was like, I have a thing with pills and it's like, I don't trust the pharmaceuticals, but I need it. It's like, because sometimes I don't even like to take Tylenol when I have a headache because I'll be like, well, then my headache will get used to having Tylenol.
I have
so
this
funny.
kind of narrative as well.
Is it Jewish
Well,
or like
you don't
what?
wanna be
Like,
dependent.
what is
Well,
it?
I'm always like, well,
No.
when I'm running from the
I take
government,
everything.
I won't
too.
have that, and I need to be strong.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
And now I'm addicted to weed, and it's like, well, I'm not going to have weed either unless someone's pre-growing it and sort of planning ahead.
Right.
Or we
Like-
find a seed along the path that we're sort of walking to where we're
Exactly.
going to settle. But
It's like the way we won't be running. Well, actually, you know what? Who knows?
in all what's really scary, all my dystopia books, they're always drinking this like mushroom coffee. And then when I started seeing that in stores, and it's like, see, that's worst case for me. That's
Right.
if
That's
we-
You're like,
in
I'm
the
reading that in the
afterworld.
book, so I feel better about my life.
yeah, like,
You're
and
like,
I
I'm
don't
not-
want the chagachino.
And when I read it in the book, I was like, this is
Chagachino.
really bad for them because I can't live on mushroom coffee and tell myself it's coffee. I need
don't
coffee.
have like I'm like medicine was created to
Yeah.
like help us
Same.
with our aid in our pain
Uh-huh.
management. I'm like, let's just do
Wait,
it.
this is
I
really,
have
it's like,
that.
where it's like
I don't care.
We've gotten deep.
4 Jews, like, like
Discussing
big time.
medicine.
Like, we-
This is the rest
Literally.
of our lives, honey.
I
I've
It was
mean,
seen
all
it.
no,
leading
I-
to us
no,
discussing
exactly.
Yeah.
Tylenol
exactly,
use
and sometimes my knee hurts. I
Zoloft.
don't
I
know
was
why.
so
but
raised
just-
Oh
to
my
take
God.
I was
it.
waiting for this to
Yeah.
get here. You know?
Speaking of naming a weird vibe, the worst thing I've ever had. One time, like I just moved to New York, I went to like my mom's friends Seder. So this
Oh,
is a group
geez.
of 70 to 80-year-old people and me.
Coming up,
And
guys.
the whole time they're just talking about their health problems. And then the guy looks at me and goes, God, look at her face. I remember one time I was young sitting with a bunch of old farts and all they would talk about was their health problems. And now it's us. And then I just went, yeah. What do I say? I was like, this
That's
has
so, like-
been the most torturous 2 hours
It's
of
like,
my life.
you're right. You have named the dynamic precisely.
And it's horrible. And now I have to
Right.
find a way to leave.
Leave.
And
Yeah.
then
But-
as I'm leaving, they're like, that was bad for you, huh? And I'm like, no.
No. I feel like that
that
must
lie.
mean that it actually gets really interesting.
That's a really
It does
good.
get
You know,
interesting.
like I'm sure if like when kids hear grown-ups talking about like
Oh,
their jobs or
yeah.
whatever, they're like, you guys are so boring. You
Right.
only talk about boring stuff. It's like,
Right.
yeah, we don't talk about dinosaurs, girl. We don't like
Yeah.
that anymore.
Wait,
I feel this all the time when I'm at home with my family. And I'm like, okay, this comes up when I'm with my dad's family. And I'm like, I have a younger cousin and a younger brother who's 18. And with my dad, I'm like, I want to talk about taxes. I want to talk about healthcare. And I'm like, I want to talk about like the new vacuum I bought. Like I'm actually jazzed about all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm literally like, and it's so interesting because I found out that you actually get a tax credit from doing this thing. And my 18-year-old brother is looking at me like, this cannot
I
be what we're
see
talking
the
about.
boring, like on there.
Right.
I
And I'm
see
like,
the
I
life
don't know how to
drain out.
express like this. Is it because I don't have anything else to talk about? Like
It's
I'm
interesting
excited.
I want
to
them,
Like,
me
and I
now.
want them to be excited for me.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, No, because I found out that in this tax bracket, I actually get to do this thing, and I learned that it's effective to do my taxes like
There
this.
there must be a time where we're gonna be really interested to talk about our like needs and shit.
Of course.
because
I
it'll be
don't
what's
think we
going
are.
on.
I think it's just people like to talk and then they let other people talk. Like, because it's like, I don't think anyone's interested in hearing other
Right.
people's medical
Obviously,
problems.
you're
I think they're all
interested in
talking at
saying
each
it.
other.
Oh, sometimes you'd hear
That's a
adults
good
talk.
point.
Adults. I'm like, all right,
Well,
girl.
I'm 36.
It's like, well, girl, like, I don't know what to tell you.
You might be one of them.
I still think in my head
Look
that way
around.
though.
No, I know. I'm like, the kids, the adults.
kids, the
It is
adults.
just so like parents,
You can
kids.
grab my water really quick. Keep going.
Okay. We also should do some other ideas, timing wise. So maybe I don't have to say what I was going to say because I don't
You
remember.
can say it though.
Well,
Adults?
I just like, do you ever see the thing of like when adults have a really like immature conversation, like emotionally immature, where it's like, oh my God, you're not listening to each other. You're kind of mad at each other and sniping at each other in this weird way. And like, that's so embarrassing. And also kind of, there's something kind of nice about like, wow, he really like doesn't change so much. Like there's almost something nice. Or like when this happens sometimes when people, can't name any names obviously, but like when people I know, older adults who've like gone through maybe divorces and are dating again, and then they talk about dating in the way that we talk about dating.
And it's
Yeah.
Or like a 20-year-old talks about dating where they're like, well, I was really into him and then he didn't text me and I'm like all day I'm like waiting on my phone. I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, it doesn't get better.
I'm like,
No.
exactly. But then also sometimes I've been afraid of losing that kind of like,
yeah, and it really stays.
and it does really stay. Or like I had someone in my life, an older person, talk about like having a crush, and it really surprised them who it was. Like they're all and I was like,
I think you just like, it's so depressing, but like as you're nearing the end, like I think they're just like, you just become more like precious about the discussion topics. Like I just think as you get older, like you lose the childhood wonder of like the little things, which is like so depressing, but it's just the truth.
Well, you can, but not always.
Not
like
always.
some old people are very in touch with the little things.
Yeah.
that's gonna be a huge. You always have this story about like
You know me so well.
like
I
Natalie's
was
a
just
story about like
gonna
is
say
it your
it.
grandfather?
It's actually my great uncle.
Your great uncle. Do you want to say it?
No.
I want to hear it.
Okay, it's the story.
I mean, I don't not want to say it, but I am curious.
Okay, this
to
is
hear you
my
say.
telling of it. This was like at his funeral. The
Correct.
big story was like,
Oh my God, I talk so much.
this is what I mean.
I would have thought that I
professionally.
hadn't told you this.
Are you serious?
I'm so embarrassed. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm feeling really
Wait,
embarrassed.
I think it's such a beautiful thing. It totally was like foundational to our mutual understanding of the
I
world.
feel embarrassed when someone lets me know that I repeat because like I'll be like that happened to me recently where I started telling a story I thought for the first time. My friend stopped me and goes, I've heard
You've
this
said
3
that.
times. Can we please just
Oh
like
my
get
God.
to the and I was like, let's just talk later.
Yeah.
It's a killer.
Wait, but
Yeah.
sometimes this is another
But this
you
is
thing.
just a classic you story. Everyone has 5 stories no matter how
Right,
interesting they
right.
are.
True.
Like,
Yeah, that's true.
And also, I
true.
like
Yeah.
I like hearing my friends' stories again and again.
too.
Sometimes,
Right.
You
Makes
tell
me feel
such
like
a good
we're
story.
close.
Daniel tells such a good story. I'm like, it's like that feels like a childhood thing too. where I'm
Yeah.
like,
Totally.
You
Let's
feel
hear-
seen. He
Little
knows
Red
your
Riding
lore.
Hood.
Right, I'm like,
Yeah.
run back, hop on pop. Like I had infinite
I don't
energy
know
for
hop
chicka
on
chicka
pop.
boom boom. Like, what?
Okay, first of all, 2 things. I don't know Hop on Pop.
You never read it?
Second of all, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
Uh huh.
I thought that was new.
No, that was
You had Chicka Chicka Boom Boom as a kid?
as a
Oh
kid.
yeah, I
It
know
came
that
back.
too.
Chicka
Chicka
Chicka Boom
Boom
Boom.
Boom.
Can I
Bag.
get a big room? What
No,
is
will
it?
there be enough room?
Will
Will
there
the
be enough
letters
room?
go up in
Yeah.
the tree?
I'm
was huge
gagged.
for me.
I read it all the time as a nanny, but I thought it was
No, that was like one of my big books as a
Classic.
kid.
Big book for me too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Not
Y'all
for
like
me,
Chicka
but I've
Chicka
heard
Boom
of it.
Boom?
I've
I
heard of
know
it.
it well. Yeah.
You're
Chicka
like,
Chicka Boom
don't
Boom.
forget about me.
It's like
I don't
A
know, but-
told C
Yeah.
and Z told B. It's
Yeah.
actually like legit weird.
No, I know it's random that it's a huge hit, but I loved it.
But
Yeah.
kids like
I
the kid
know.
I nanny
they
would
like
be
the
like
rhythm.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
they like
Yeah.
the rhythm.
It's all about the rhythm.
It's
We're
like
so
you
starved
taught me
of
this thing
culture
that
here.
kids love the BJ Novak children's
They're
book.
addicted to it.
Kids are addicted to the BJ Novak children's book,
I
which is
didn't know
like
that.
about making
don't
the
know.
reader say funny, stupid stuff.
Oh.
It's like, yes, he is annoying. Yes, he wrote that.
I couldn't
very
control
well.
my face, and then I realized, like, again, I'm
Yeah, you're on
we're
video.
live.
It's also like, by the way, he wrote on The Office.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's
And the
funny.
only
He's
reasons
like-
I don't like him are from rumors that I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
also
fair.
trying to get better
We're-
about that, where I'll like truly hate someone in my head and then be really humbled and be like, actually, like, don't know if
that's
anything I've
true.
heard about them is
Yeah.
true at all.
I actually heard an amazing rumor from you through you about Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Oh my God! Wait, speaking of stories, that's my
I don't
biggest.
think I can tell it on the
yes,
pod,
that's
but
my biggest story.
Do you think
in fact,
we can
it's,
tell it?
and it's basically like gay lore, like
my
that,
God,
like Taylor's
Natalie, I'm
lesbian.
so glad that you brought that
but
up.
then, and I told
Yeah, this is
everybody.
such a tease to
And
like.
I told
We'll
my
tell
friend
you
who told me,
after.
I'm
think I know
telling
it.
everybody,
Sorry.
is that
You do?
okay?
What
And
did
they
they
were like,
say?
But
they were like,
guys,
well, someone told me, and I've been telling everybody.
I don't think
Mar-
it's true.
I don't think
At
it's
this
true,
point,
but
it can't be.
This is Marcia's story that she told me like
We
maybe
can't tell
6
it.
years ago that I truly tell every single person. It's like that should be I go
That's
to at
your
a party.
good celebrity
That's not
gossip.
to stop
Yeah,
Wanna hit a
that's
wall.
where I heard it from
It's
you.
huge.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
another
killer.
option instead of
Yes.
like
What's
what's
new?
new. It's like, have you heard any good celebrity gossip?
That's
Yes.
what I say.
It's a good
Literally.
one.
I was thinking of another prompt idea that
Okay.
is actually so precious and twee. So it's like you should never say this, but it is.
What's
a
on
good,
your heart?
Yeah.
Does it- how's your
What's on your
spirit?
heart is so Christian.
I was gonna be like, what's a window that you've really liked? Like, what's a memorable window?
What do you
that
mean?
remember?
Interesting.
Like I was just thinking about like, oh, we all have these windows in our lives. Like, you know, I remember certain windows that I remember really
Yeah.
like engaging with or looking
like
out
an
of.
actual physical window.
Actual physical window.
See,
You know
I
what?
thought you're being metaphor. If someone said that to me at a party, I would panic. I would just be like, "What do you mean window?"
I
You'd
don't
immediately
think
be like,
Like-
I need to go get a drink in the bathroom with my friends now.
Or I would just think
Take
I
a call.
misheard you. I'm like, "Did you say window?"
Right.
Honestly, I don't think that's a good party one, but I think it's a great prompt for friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
really
think
sweet.
it's not so
Really,
good party.
think about it.
No,
Like,
no. It's
if
totally.
you're
It's
hanging,
a
like,
lovely question.
It's
Yeah,
nice
it's
to,
lovely.
you know, actually, I was staying at an Airbnb recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Good
I
window?
did. Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That had, no, not a good window. Oh, actually, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But they had Esther Perel's
Oh.
book of card game,
Oh,
where it's
and
just
that's all
like questions.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was really fun.
Oh, did you? And you guys played it?
We played it. We had interesting conversations. It's just questions like, what's like, when were you embarrassed at work? And then
Oh.
everyone's like, I mean,
Vulnerable?
honestly, the most embarrassed I was at work. And then they say something.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh
are
my
you
God.
kidding
We
me?
need to be sitting around a campfire telling each other
Yeah.
our
I love
stories.
that.
Like there's
It's
a
cute.
human element that
Yeah.
we're missing in the hustle and bustle
Yeah.
of our
We miss
Yeah.
it.
of our lives.
Yeah.
But you were someone was saying something. Like,
Well, I was saying this about you that you've really imparted. You know, we have a thing we do on our Patreon, which is that we like retell each
yeah.
other. We call it like the great tradition of oral storytelling, and it's just we retell each other like the plots of stuff we've seen or read. So it'll be like Natalie will watch like a movie, and
I've done Fiddler on the Roof like twice.
Is it just from memory?
like
Just from memory. And a
She's
lot of it
really,
is like,
really
I don't
good at
think
it.
this is what happens, but I feel like someone goes downstairs. then,
Yeah.
like,
No.
That's
it's
fine.
But that's it's like this, you know, the Iliad. It's like, oh, the story changes with the telling. It's a
Iliad.
live,
Yes.
dynamic
Yes.
document.
Document.
And it started because one time, like many years ago, Natalie, we were
I don't know how
all,
it started.
I do. It was me, Natalie, and like other friends. We were all in Long Island City. Don't remember why.
Oh yeah.
This was like right after COVID. Maybe like we had a show up there or something. We were all gathered around, and Natalie was like, "Someone just told me the plot of Cruella."
It's like this is a story that we've told a couple times, but I'm honestly in the mood to hear it.
Yeah,
also
it's
about
just,
me.
it's just a good one. I'm like, let's run this back, chicka chicka boom
Cruella
boom.
with
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
And
right?
she's like, someone told it to me. Do you guys want to hear it? And we were all like,
yeah.
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 And she did such a good job.
No, it wasn't. It was the person right there.
Oh, had told. Yes.
We were sitting at a table, and
That's funny.
someone told someone we were sitting with. I don't
Was it, like,
remember
Meryl?
who. I don't remember. Told me the whole plot of Cruella.
Mhm.
Then everyone came and sat down. They were like, "What are you guys talking about?" We were like,
Plot of
"I just heard the
Cruella.
plot of Cruella," and I was like, "Can I try and say it to see if I got it?"
Mhm.
And then I told the whole thing.
And we were riveted. It was like, so that's a thing we do on our podcast.
Oh, I love that.
I
Funny
love
about
that.
it.
We never got the great uncle story.
Oh,
This is
Yeah.
the great uncle story. At the funeral, someone was like, in their kind of eulogy of him, someone was like, he really liked to sit in his chair in the sun, period. Like, and that was very impactful.
Yes.
I
for-
love that
That was
so
very
much.
impactful for Natalie because this came up.
That's
with the
one of
con-
my top 5 favorite activities. I had to like write a list in my phone of like things I like because I would panic and be like, I don't like anything. I've never enjoyed an activity in my life. Like, and
You're
then
like not on SSRIs.
yeah, I do need
know,
medication.
honestly.
Info of why I like the world.
I'm like,
This is what raw dogging is like,
Yeah,
y'all.
no.
But then,
Come on.
yeah, one of the things I'm literally just like sitting my ass in the sun.
Yeah.
That's so
I
sweet.
love that.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
Because we were
The thing
talking
about the uncle thing was also that it happened. So, like multiple people said it. I think in
Yeah.
different
It
was
speeches.
absurd.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, that also thing happened. That happens at like weddings and shit, where it's
Yeah.
like one main anecdote gets accidentally hit like 100 times, and it's like, wow, they really play Boggle.
Yeah.
And the couple's like,
and you don't want to challenge
Yeah.
them to a
Play
Scrabble
Scrabble,
game
literally.
because
They're gonna lose.
you're
bitch.
gonna lose.
Yeah,
That's funny
so
because it's part of like the self-mythologizing that then people pick up. You know what I mean? It's not always so true that someone loves Scrabble that much.
Yeah.
It's
but-
funny when you grow up. I feel like I'm only now in the last like 10 years starting to realize that so much of the mythology I have around my family was mythology they carefully crafted themselves.
Yes.
And as a kid, you're their only audience who's buying it.
Right, right.
That's
And then
so
later
funny.
you're like, oh, my uncle's not God. Like that's
no,
crazy.
literally, it's like, well, you understand your grandmother is a very, very, very special woman. You're like, right. And sometimes you're like 31 and you're like,
Wait.
oh, she's like, we're all
But
normal.
then
It's like,
sometimes I think that's why Nepo babies can't be normal because
Yes.
you have that feeling no matter who your family is, but then your family is Beyonce or something.
Right,
And then it's like, so then there's
right.
nothing in the world that then goes, or even like if you get famous too fast as a kid or too young, then it's like when you're 12, part of becoming a healthy adult is being like, I'm not the center of the world. But then it's like you're 12 and they're like, no, you are.
Yeah,
You
right.
very much
You
are.
different.
And you have the whole
That's
world
so
who's telling you how
interesting.
And the whole
special they
world's being
are.
like, yeah, we believe it too.
Yeah.
That
Oh my
is
God,
so
it's so
smart. I
bad
feel
for
like
you.
that thing of like reckoning with like your parents are people.
Yeah. And it
is
doesn't
so
happen quite the
important.
same if like,
How do you do it if it's like everyone's like, wow,
They're God.
your mom meant so much to
Totally.
me. You're
Yeah.
like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like,
But also, like, there's another
Like,
weird thing with
ew.
celebrity is that it like happens. Like you hear that, and then you probably also hear this stuff because
Yeah.
celebrities are also really criticized.
Yeah.
And so you also like maybe you engage with it
I'm
that
only
way.
thinking of like the best. Like I'm thinking of like Tracy Ellis Ross.
Totally.
Exactly. Like that's hard
What
because
she
everybody's like,
goes
we
through.
love your
Diana.
Oh, well, like right, we love Diana Ross.
And I'm not
Yeah.
as much thinking about like,
But it would be weird if you had like a problematic famous person in your family and then you have to read all the crazy shit about them and they're being like, it's not true. And then you're like, are you a
Right.
cannibal? Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
tell me.
yeah.
Like-
or just people being like, yeah, he's not that good of an actor, and you're like, that's my dad.
Charlie
My dad is
Sheen.
bad at his job. My dad is bad at his job. Or like, oh, this thing flopped, and you're like, so dad's thing flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're rich, I feel like it doesn't
like,
matter
don't
because
matter.
it's like they're on a jet ski being like, dad's thing flopped.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I met someone recently who was telling me about something that happened just of this nature.
Really?
And I was like, what is that like in your family when something doesn't go well for the person in your family who everyone
Yeah,
knows
like an
what they're
athlete,
doing?
I always think like, what's their family
Literally.
dealing with? Like,
and they were like, it's really bad. I was like,
Yeah.
right. Like in most families, like it's not a good situation if the dad stubs his toe.
totally.
Yeah.
Angry
Not
dad
saying
ruins
that's
the whole
good,
vibe
but
of the
like,
Angry dad
house.
is
you know
not
what I
good.
mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, let's do ideas.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Do you mind?
do yours. Theater to comedy pipeline.
Uh-oh.
Just, I thought we were
I'd
just
like to
getting straight
discuss
to the
this.
point.
Correct.
Wait, did you guys did theater?
We both
as kids?
did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm recalling that because you can
trust.
both sing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can both
honestly.
sing?
Did
Yes.
you do theater?
We both did theater.
Cue the
yes.
track.
Yeah.
I know you did, Marcia.
I remember
my
that.
I know you did.
No clothes when
Everyone has their song they go to. It's
Because
No,
Marcia
those
and I were
ways.
sing.
Marcia and I were chatting about like our experience in high school and theater and doing and like being around like just like demented psychotic like theater directors and drama teachers
Yeah.
in high school and just like the psychosis of doing theater in high school
and
just
taking
like,
it so seriously, like as if it's your 9 to 5, being like, guys, we seriously can't slack off after school today
Yeah.
because the show's in 4 days.
I
Like,
mean,
The show
it
was literally in a week and a half.
yeah, like, and I'm 12 and I thought the stakes were so high.
Yeah.
Like,
And they were.
no, and I wish I had tapes from the show because I know they're so bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I thought that what I was doing, like, I could not have taken it more seriously.
No,
it's
like,
so
I
much more
literally was
intense.
just like,
when you're younger and
I
it's
felt
so
like a grown adult.
strange.
it's honestly
even
cool.
more intense than honestly like the stuff I've been involved in adulthood. In adulthood, you kind of have a better sense of like, you know, we'd love for this to go well. If it doesn't, like, all right, no problem.
Yeah.
When you're a
Yes.
kid, you're like, this is one, like if you're in a show and you're 12 or 13 years old, like maybe you're rehearsing for 3 months, like that's not an insignificant part of your like waking adult,
Yeah.
waking
Totally.
life.
And also it's like when you're young, it's being shoved down your throat that like this could be a viable career path.
Oh my
so
God.
it's like
right.
from the most unsafe
like,
adults they could pull from the country. Like
literally.
And we're doing the most age inappropriate stuff. Like I was in a youth theater program where we did the show Runaways, and I'll literally never forget us
I know that show.
miming doing heroin. I'm 11. I'm 11.
I love that, like the theater director who's like, they can handle it.
Right.
The parents are like, I
We
don't know.
can
They're
go
like,
there.
trust us.
Yeah.
And you as a kid, you're like, can they just let us fucking do it?
Literally.
Like,
You're
And
like,
it was
this
the
is what
most
happened
cringe.
in Spring Awakening when you didn't tell the kids.
Dude.
And they got pregnant.
In the Spring
Exactly.
Awakening
We can't talk about
documentary,
this.
he's like, and people gave us such a hard time, but luckily we pushed through. And then the next scene is them like being like, yeah, so there were actual 16-year-olds fornicating on stage. Like it's not even like a 22-year-old
Right.
playing
Right,
16. And
right.
it's like, yeah, so that started where the criticism was coming from.
Yeah,
Right.
right. It's
my
the age.
my first gay kiss in my like young adulthood was on stage.
Oh my God,
in
what play?
cabaret.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with the guy, and I think this is okay. Yeah, on stage in cabaret with the guy who's now married to Marissa Abela from
Who's that?
from She's Yasmin on Industry.
Oh my God.
Are you
I
kidding
just
me?
found out. I knew he was like kind of famous, and he's actually like a really successful West End actor.
Wow. Your first kiss
Oh
on.
my God.
But
My
they're
first
doing
kiss-
shit like that too.
Yeah.
That was
She's
the
like
Mia
a
They
legend.
came to me
hot.
like the student director.
He's like, do you feel comfortable with this?
Yeah, came
Of
to
course
me.
I'm
And I
gonna
was
be
in
a
ninth
star.
grade. I
Ninth
literally
grade.
it was like you could be just a regular Kit Kat boy, or you could be this Kit Kat boy who
kisses.
has like a gay kiss. Are you comfortable with that? And I was like, does the gay Kit Kat boy have more lines?
Yeah, and you're like, I'm taking
You had
the
your-
part.
you had your eye on the prize.
And I was like, got it, anything. And that's why I'm gay now.
Yeah.
Stage time.
It was
literally.
that.
Stage
It was the
time.
grooming.
Is
That,
It was the grooming.
Oh my God, Marcia.
Literally.
that it's crazy because there was I remember being like hornier then, where it's like I remember so distinctly like it's where you could push the limits like without as much adult supervision, because there'd be one adult who's stressed to the nines, who's sewing costumes, who's like, and then I
And by the
remember
way,
being
that
backstage.
adult doesn't care about how
at all.
kids are
We
developing.
purposely change in front of each other,
Right.
and then I just be like, Brian, I'm in my bra. Look at me.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy, like that could happen. Looking back, like I just remember being like, well, it's because we're so mature and adult and such good actors. And it's like, no, we had no adult supervision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a slightly different personal reflection of it, which is that like I loved being taken that seriously. Like and I actually think it was so helpful for me, honestly, to have, because I feel like I had like a theater teacher who really was like invested in our growth and betterment. And I mean, for better or worse, it really is why I do this today. Which like maybe it's like for worse. Like
No, it's for better.
I'm like, I don't know. Like,
but
let's
you
see.
don't think it's like
It's obviously really but I also always liked, and I'm drawn to like intensity. Like I was pushed really hard as a kid in a bunch of ways, but under a lot of pressure, and I like really, really liked it.
Just a risk
So-
what teacher you get, because
Yeah,
my teacher
exactly.
despised me
I know.
and wanted to
really
make sure
is.
that I
It's
knew
also
I
like
they always play favorites.
Yeah.
Well, it's
and honestly, like I was.
You were the fave.
I was a favorite. I was like, loved it.
Well, it was always a boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
duh.
tea. Yeah.
I feel like it's a trade-off of like it is really important to be taken seriously as a teenager. Like you have such little like self-esteem, and for someone to be like, "What you are,
You're doing
it's
great.
cool that you work hard at something." Like that is good.
Yeah.
And it's like the people who are doing that in a lot of the theaters are people who actually see the kids as completely
Adults.
peers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And they are literally like, all right, this is my cast.
Right.
I'm going to make the most with my cast.
Right. They're
For
like,
my
I am
production.
really
Oh,
disappointed. Yes,
yes.
And
exactly.
also, it's like, that's why there's the trope of the like really intense theater director in high school, because like they perhaps maybe had plans for themselves that maybe didn't come to
right.
fruition. Like I'm not
It's always
putting
this.
down theater teachers or directors.
Never.
They're amazing.
No, some
but
are
there is that
incredible.
intensity
Yeah.
that like
Right.
comes with.
But that's
maybe
every
with
teacher.
that.
Some teachers go into teaching because they love kids and they want
Yeah.
them to
Right.
succeed. Or if they don't love kids, they're like, I want to help these kids succeed. And then some people are like, I failed and I want to make everyone else's problem. Like I had really good theater teachers who like would just embrace their role. And then I had like a theater teacher where she would yell at us like, I played the back legs of a horse. Like it was like so cliche. Like, because I literally, the reason she hated me, I accidentally, our class was at 8 a.m. It was first period. She would give these like long monologues at the beginning of class in the black box that I just really wasn't
Completely
following.
checks out.
Yeah.
And then I one time yawned because I was genuinely tired.
You're
And
like,
I believe I
hey.
even covered my mouth.
You're like, hey, time out. It's 8 a.m. It's
I yawned.
8 a.m. and
Literally,
I'm like 15 years
like-
old, need 40 hours of sleep a day.
oh my God, like you're me, you just yawned. I like, oh, I open my eyes.
no.
The class, she's staring at me like this. The class is dead silent. She goes, am I boring you, Marcia? I said, no, I'm just, swear to God. That was like the third
That was
day of
it.
9th grade.
Right.
It was
You
over
were-
for me.
You were
So by the
done
way-
for.
Yeah,
like,
I was
you
done.
didn't-
Career was over.
You didn't stand a chance.
Oh my
no.
God. She made me
She
do
shot
extra
you in the
credit in a
head.
musical she wrote about Duke Ellington there was a jukebox with Duke Ellington's music. She was white. That is important to clarify.
It kind of is
Definitely.
self-evident to me.
I
that,
think it's
like,
evident.
this
I wasn't
woman
saying it before.
Writing the Duke Ellington jukebox.
I think it's
musical
self-evident.
in
I also
Kansas.
agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I've been saying it as a disclaimer, but I actually don't think I have to because I think
Like,
it's clear.
yeah.
I think
Am
it's
boring
clear.
You,
It's
Marcia.
clear.
It's like,
Oh
oh
my
my God.
God.
I mean,
I'm boring
this
you.
is so cruel.
How are
like,
you working with kids?
literally,
Literally.
it's like, step away from the children. Do not.
Kids
I-
in the modern era push to their limits.
No,
Yeah.
completely. I always found it. This was a thing that some teachers did at my school. I thought it was so cruel. Like some kids to my high school commuted like an hour and a half.
Oh.
Would wake up at 6:30, 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m., and then are like 3 minutes late to class. And it's like they're commuting in New York. So it's like, the subways are what they are. And then the teachers are like, unacceptable. Some of them are getting driven by their parents. It's like, I'm not in control of that. I just thought that was sometimes so cruel. No, I'm like was really positive about it before. Now I'm really negative.
No,
Yeah.
They
like
can both be true.
it's
Yeah.
the same as like
Right,
if you
it
work
kind of
at a
is the
job
same
where they're
thing.
like
Yeah.
so on you when you're 3 minutes late. It's such a harsh environment. Like you can't sustain it. And then school's just like that your whole childhood. It's like a prison. Like you're
Yeah.
like,
Literally, it's
and they're like teaching you to be like good little capitalists and stuff, but it's like in the harshest environment.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
when they,
But a good teacher, y'all.
oh, it's everything.
but
it's
good
everything.
teachers.
Yeah.
I have a friend that stayed teaching theater in Oklahoma for
Yeah,
a long time.
yeah.
Shout out to Liz. Like it's like she's amazing. Like
Yeah.
she'll be down there with the kids, like
Yeah.
teaching them stuff that they're trying to get her to not teach them. Like people like that.
Yeah.
Totally.
No, it's
You know.
amazing. I mean, again, I love shout out to Mr. Riano. I love my theater teacher. Sorry.
Do you have a shout out, Drew?
Shout out to Mr. D'Angelo.
Oh, Italian icons. You don't have one.
I do.
Mhm.
Shout out to everyone at the Playgroup Theater.
Oh.
And anti-shout out to the guy who did musicals at my high school. I didn't do them, but his whole thing was like being like cookie.
Oh yeah.
And then he would like seriously be very cruel to
Yes.
girls.
Yes.
I
So,
mean, yeah,
It's
like,
really like that thing of like kind of like Mr. Stars, like making the girl cry.
Totally.
Yeah.
Theater is awesome.
Yeah.
It can be so beautiful is like what's funny, but it really is. I mean, it's like anything. There's just such space for toxicity. Like
yeah.
in my hometown,
Toxicity
Kristen
abounds.
Chenoweth is from my hometown.
Oh my God.
So she comes from this
KC.
youth theater thing and like this one particular group that it's like the reason Kristen Chenoweth is famous is because she's Kristen Chenoweth. Like she was always kind of probably gonna get
Right.
there.
They
She's
must be
gonna-
claiming
you know,
the fuck out of her.
they're
But
like,
she was like,
Kristen.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
she
Would
was in
never be
Wicked. Literally, like, she was in Wicked right when I was probably like maybe 12, 13. So then everybody signs up to be in her. It got so competitive to be in like her theater group. But then it was like the shows were mid because
Random,
Kristen
yeah.
Chenoweth is a grown woman now. She's not in the theater program anymore.
Yeah.
But
They're like, why does this not have Kristen Chenoweth?
Yeah,
in
like-
the
Je ne sais quoi.
she made me
middle
quit
high
theater
school?
because we got to meet her when I was still doing high school theater, like in New York. We flew to New York for like a trip, for like a choir trip. And then she was like, in order to be an actor, I don't eat after 4 p.m. I don't eat dairy. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink alcohol. Realizing later, like, this is stuff that was very Kristen Chenoweth. Like, she's very disciplined. Not every actor on Broadway is quite that extreme. I thought that's kind of what you had to do. And I was 16 and I turned to my
You were
friend.
like,
I go,
"It's
I'm
over."
out.
The dream is over. The dream of
That's
theater.
cool.
The dream's
You were
dead.
cool.
That is cool.
I'm out.
I'm
Fuck
out.
this. No.
You're like the buzzer.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like Simon
Did you guys
Cowell.
like have a moment where you like were doing theater? Like, did you continue on in college, or you're like, this is it?
I did it freshman year,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, all right.
That's a wrap.
I did 3 student-written musicals my freshman year of
Okay.
college, and was like, I think that's gonna be seen for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
There just were kids who were so into
Oh,
like
yeah, of
theater,
course,
and I was
of
like, I think
course.
I'm liking like
Yeah.
performing comedy.
They had
more.
we had like dining hall productions in my college where you would like it would be student run, and I was in once on this island.
You had to perform in the dining
dining
hall.
Who were
hall.
you?
That's my worst nightmare. That's why I quit acting too. They make you do humiliation rituals like that.
I was
As opposed
Daniel.
to comedy where
God.
You know the show?
there's
I've
no,
never performed at a strip club in
lead.
front of a TV. That's
exactly.
hard.
Like,
Nice.
but then my parents came and they were like, it was a dining hall production, and they were like, "What? what's your path?" And I was like, "I'm throwing in the towel. Like, there's not. I'm gonna be an art history.
So they
I'm gonna be an art
asked
history
you?
major." Yeah, after the show, it was like my end of my freshman year.
Yeah,
All
you're
my
like-
whole
they're like-
family came.
Yeah.
They were at the
Oh,
dining
so
hall.
sweet.
One shift at Ellen's Stardust dining hall. I'm quitting.
Was it you were was it the way they asked, or were you already thinking I'm gonna be
No,
done?
it was kind of like I was miserably depressed my freshman year of college. I had no
course.
friends,
Gotta
and then I
make a
found
change.
theater, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, like this is
Yeah.
incredible." So it gave me more like community and meeting like other gay people, and I was like, "This is
Yeah.
so fun." But then I just kind of knew in my heart that like I didn't really
You're like,
have
is there a
it
different
in terms of
area for gay people
totally.
to go to?
But
Where they're
then
not, I don't have to
it
perform
was
as
in a
much.
dining hall.
But by the way, you got the lead.
I got the lead, but like
Oh.
you know
Yeah.
how I did get the lead, but it was like I don't
You
know.
weren't
It
feeling it. You weren't feeling
Yeah.
it.
You have
wasn't
to be
feeling it.
so passionate about it. I feel like to sustain the type of they're truly like athletes in terms of how they abuse their body. I did Fringe for 1 month, which is Edinburgh Fringe. You do 26 shows, you get 1 day off. I'm like, how do people do this their whole life? I
know.
never
Why do
wanted
they
to
do it
talk
like
to
that?
anybody ever again. And
But
it was
I
a
know-
1 hour show.
I know like we have a friend who's on a show on Broadway right now, and
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, I can't
the
imagine.
shit that he
Oh, yeah.
goes through. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like this is
The
so intense,
schedule.
and you really don't see him. It's like
Yeah.
bye. Like,
Yeah.
Of course
He goes
not.
on. It's like okay, I'll see you when it's over.
and their
It's-
voices have to be perfect now. Like it's not the 80s where it's just like, I like her timbre.
Mm.
Like,
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
exactly.
Right.
Now they're
Elaine
competing with
Stritch is
computers.
not cutting it. Like,
Yeah, they want completely
Yeah.
technically.
I
And that's why you'll
know.
see what's interesting is like now you'll see some of these shows where it's like, the producer owns the catalog of whatever music they're trying to make into a jukebox. The show just is not going to be good, like no matter what they do. And then it's some of the most talented actors like you'll ever see. And that's where I'm like, I don't have that type of skill where you can truly lift any material
Yeah,
off a
yeah,
page.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's acting. You're
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I
You're
can't.
doing like the best job ever with like the Leonard Skinner like
Literally.
jukebox musical. Like
You're doing Freebird on that stage like nobody could ever.
free.
Oh my god! And then in the jukeboxes, what's so hard is that you watch them do the whole catalog, and then after the bows, they then repeat 4 of the songs you've just seen performed in the
Oh,
show, and
that's
it's like
not okay.
I'm a hostage now.
After the
Yeah.
bows, it's over.
Time to
After the
go
bows,
home.
it's
Get
done.
outta here.
I'm
Equity fights
leaving.
AIDS,
I'm leaving.
and then we're out.
Yeah.
I'm leaving during
You
bows.
can do a charity, but
Yeah.
that's it. No, you don't leave during bows if there's a charity, but then you can go.
get out of there.
Hey, if there's
the
a
hell
charity
out of
guy,
there.
If you leave, it's bad taste. During Equity Fights AIDS, bad taste.
Bad
That's
taste,
funny.
100%.
They like start
Bad
talking to you
taste.
about that. You're like, excuse
See
me.
ya.
I'm
No,
actually gonna.
I love the actors that are so bold where they're like people will start to leave when they start to do the bucket spiel, and they'll literally be like, I would appreciate it if you stayed. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, God, I love that power. Like
It's cool.
the comedian Dulce Sloan, this is kind of a tangent.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I respect, because like she headlined the show for Reluctance, that I was one of the openers, and there was this really rowdy bachelorette party that were like Canadian, not that it matters, but I don't know, it adds a detail. And they were like,
Doesn't hurt.
you can hear the heckles in your head a little bit. There was kind of an annoying twang to it.
Detail.
Yeah.
They were wasted, and they were just
Oh,
like,
she's good, eh?
yeah, but they were being negative,
Right.
yeah.
which
I
Canadians
don't like.
can
She's
be.
not so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing
Just
it.
great. That was good. No, that was really good. And then, but
I don't
they
know
like
either.
Dulce
It's like
literally
Wisconsin.
goes on the stage and was just like, I'm not continuing until they leave, and then just stood there just waited for
good for
security to
her.
escort them out. And I was like, I've never seen anything more fucking badass.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow,
That's cool to be like.
amazing.
And that's what we need. It's like we need actors who have that. But then it's funny because then Patti LuPone
I was
yelled at
about
the
to
photographer
say.
that ended up being hired by the show.
oh really? I never
Yeah.
heard that.
The
Yeah.
whole famous clip where everyone's like, "Good for her." She goes, "Well, later I felt like an asshole because it turns out he was supposed
He was
to
doing
be
like
there."
he was doing like photos for the show.
It's like
I mean, it's that you can't
dumb
write that.
bitch. Like,
too good.
I'm sorry. Patti LuPone, I like. She's so
awesome.
talented.
She jumped the
No,
shark this year with the
no,
coming
with the
after
comments.
the
Yeah,
one
it's too
actor who's
much.
in Hell's Kitchen, because it's just like, what are you doing?
She was like,
Yeah.
honey,
No, she
when
lost
you
it.
like when you actually are not a novice, and this
Yeah.
woman was
And
like,
it's like
I've
when
been
it's
in
like
40
five-
Broadway
She's
shows.
Yeah.
she's Tony nominated
She's
She's like,
multiple
I'm
Tony
Tony
times.
nominated. I'm
nominated.
55 years old. I've been
Anyway.
doing this my whole life.
And she like
It was,
came
like,
after
weird.
Audra McDonald, and they're like, what do you think about Patti LuPone having beef with you? And Audra McDonald's just like,
Classy
I don't
as
think
ever.
about her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and if she's thinking about me when I haven't spoken to her in 10 years, that's genuinely weird. It's like, that's an emotionally immature adult moment that's cringe to witness,
Yes,
where you're
yes.
just like, oh my God, like a peer professional that you're not even close with, you just badmouthed in the press. Like, that is genuinely weird behavior.
It's just literally and her being like,
10 years from
my
now, I'm going to
family.
do that to you, but
Yeah.
like, let's make it all in on it. Like,
Yeah.
me and Drew will do it to you too.
God
But
willing,
we'll
we
be
have
in
the
on it.
opportunity.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'll be
fun.
funny.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my
so funny.
God.
That'd
Wait,
be fun.
I want to do my
Yes,
idea
yes, yes.
because it's relevant.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Is this
Oh,
yours?
maybe. Can I see?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just the first one.
Divinity came to me at the bar show.
Okay. This is kind of relevant to what we were talking about, which is that sometimes, we're talking shop for a sec, y'all. Well, don't worry, we'll keep you guys invested. You always want sometimes you have a big show and you're like, God, I really want to crush. And generally it's kind of easier to crush at a big show, but sometimes you do well,
Right,
sometimes you
right.
do good.
sometimes you over rehearse.
Sometimes you over rehearse,
Sometimes
it's a
it's
little
fine.
clunky, it's a little stiff. Sometimes you do really, really well. You're like, this is amazing. But also what is amazing is sometimes you give the absolute performance of your life. You are so aligned in what you're saying. You're so funny. You're so quick. You're so good with the room. People are in it. And it is at a bar show for maybe like 12
15
people.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're literally like, oh my God, I guess this is just where the spirit decided to
Is
visit
this about
me.
the one we were on together? Because you were really good that night. I
No,
remember
what
thinking
show is that? Like,
Katie Ruth Ashcroft's show.
no.
We did a show in a really small room,
That
and
was-
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
really not in the proper mindset for it
Mhm.
because I was like hadn't done comedy for a while.
Mhm.
And then you had a really great.
Oh my
I feel
God,
like you'd be
thank
great
you.
in an intimate. Like you should do one of those.
Like little
intimate
like
tours.
So wait, Charlie, did you
Yeah.
leave the show being like that felt wasted on because it was only 15
That's
people?
like
or like,
kind of the thing that I'm like reckoning with it. It's like it's kind of just an acceptance that it's like
It's kind of like, sorry.
no, go for it.
Well, no, you finish.
I like don't know if I have something so good. So, but it's like I think that's the thing I'm kind of reckoning with it is like that's just sometimes what happens.
Okay, I love that.
And it and it's like
Wait,
no,
I'm
I
ready
am.
now.
Keep going.
I feel like
Wait, I'm ready.
My thing like supports that.
No, I know. Wait, let me finish this
Yeah,
one thing
yeah,
and then
yeah.
I'll pass it right on. It also just happens in like life sometimes too, where you're like you always want it when you have a crush. You're like, God, I really
Oh my
want to be
God,
just
yes.
like on with them. I want to like have, and sometimes you are, sometimes you aren't. Sometimes you're like, I am the funniest, handsomest. My outfit's amazing. I'm being really sweet and charming.
And I walk away face plant. Like it's always that.
or for me, I'm not saying that.
You stay positive.
what are you
God, I would
saying?
love
Well, what
that.
I'm saying is like sometimes you're doing that and you're like, and this was for 3 of my brother's friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
Totally.
and I'm
That's-
like, it's not like it doesn't mean anything, but it's not so important
There's
to me
no
that
fuck
I'm
potential here.
yeah, like I'm not really needing to impress them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't so you just accept that you're like, okay, performance of a lifetime. I just gave it and sometimes the audience is what you want, sometimes it isn't, but you just have to kind of be grateful that you're like, it's cool that I
Yeah.
got to be aligned in that way.
I
that
always
was
look my
visited.
best when there's nobody
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
like-
fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
like-
and then you look like shit. You run into your crush. Or,
Always.
Yeah.
I mean,
And sometimes you look really good with your, sometimes
Yeah.
a good thing happens,
I know.
but sometimes it doesn't. And you're like, it's just nice. I'm trying to come down to, it's nice to have looked nice. It's nice to have been funny. I'm glad I was on.
It's also better for those moments to exist in your memory for only 12 people because I feel like anytime I've had a show where I'm like, that was the perfect show. God forbid I taped it. And then I watch
won't
it.
get-
no.
And I'm like,
I mean, that is
the
so
tape-
humbling.
the tape
oh
is not
my
okay.
It's not
God.
okay to be like, I just was watching the tape from my from my like LA show, which I left stage. I was like,
that was
I
amazing.
crushed. Like, and I
Yeah.
really wanted to. I felt really good about it. I watched the tape. I was like, so maybe there's a microphone issue. You're like capturing the laughter. Like,
no, but you probably did
that's-
crush. Like it just doesn't
Yeah,
come
it just
across
doesn't
on
come
tape.
across.
It really doesn't.
I literally was like, maybe there's no audience mic, so it was just capturing the live. And then I heard
That
like
is true,
laughter. I was
though.
like, oh, so that stuff just wasn't actually getting laughs in the way that I kind of thought it was. All good.
No,
all
it's like
good.
I
It's
hate
not,
to be like
though.
hippy dippy, but it's like in those moments
Mm-hmm.
where you have where you crush in front of like 12 people at a bar, it does feel like divine, and it feels like you're so in touch with yourself and expressing yourself that it's like that's just for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's
It's
good
like-
confirmation. You're like, I have that.
Because like comedy is like so particular with like energy and like things in the room, and like sometimes like there's noise and people's attention, you know what I mean, gets distracted. So it's like it's those moments where it's like you are just reminded of like your skill.
Right. You're like, I have it. And it's good to rest on for those moments later. Have you guys seen that Carly Maruli bit? Previous guest, shout out to Carly Maruli.
Oh, I love her.
She posted on that she was like, when comics don't do well, they become like architects. Where they're like, just it's
the ceiling was
too like.
I'll do that too. I'll be like, and then the comic after you crushes, and you're like, guess it wasn't the crowd.
No, that is so fucking true.
So, she's like,
there was a light coming in, and
wide room.
There was a light. There was a sneezer in row 4 that just wouldn't stop.
There was
and it
a
was a lot.
vaulted kind of thing, and there was a recessed lighting that made it kind of hard.
So
no, but
funny.
it's true. But it's also
true.
like it's a weird combo because it is about the moment, and I also think small rooms are much more like cool because all big artists eventually go back to small rooms to prove like how genuine artistic they are.
True.
Like, and it's because it is more about the intimacy rather than now it's so much about numbers and massive audience and being palatable for like broad, which we all know is like not cool. Like,
literally.
And so then, but then I feel like too sometimes like when it can be, I don't know, sometimes it's too intimate in a small crowd where I'm like, I feel a little too exposed.
Yeah.
I like sometimes not being able to see the audience. I'm not a crowd work.
Well, when you're like these 8 people, I'm talking to these 8 people.
And bombing feels like bombing at a party, like where you're just like now like these 8 people are I made uncomfortable for 10 minutes.
And then also like at a bar show, the show ends and like you're there. And they're there and they're like,
you're drinking with them.
I'm just on stage going, what's new?
Literally. So like, where did you guys come here from? Shoot.
I was just gonna say for the 12 people thing, I feel like isn't that what like Piano Man is about? Like maybe there's something also like super.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it's like useful for sure in terms of like the like reminders it brings, and then also like the kind of like magic of like performance and like art, like that you would just like go into like a small dive bar and like there was Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're kind of doing this like,
or even someone who's like as talented as Lady Gaga, but you're like, where you like see
it's
something
romantic.
You're
it's
like this. I was one of 11 people. I saw this person and they were amazing.
Totally.
Yeah, like how amazing is that? Also, it's like you were saying before. It's like you feel like you're just like telling people's stories. It feels like you're all gathered around the fire.
Yeah,
It's so romantic and
it feels less more human. That used to be a big thing. I feel like 10 years ago, like in LA especially, it would be like Pat and Oswalt dropping by like random shows, and the excitement of that maybe happening was what made all the big shows here fun, like Knitting Factory and like Cabin, because it would be like, oh, you could be there in a room of 20 people in the audience, and then like Hannibal Buress would come by, or even like, you know, like I feel like big SNL people would always pop by the Knitting Factory, like. But
I feel like that's why people go to like the clubs, because that's true.
That's where they drop by now,
wherever it is.
But it's a hard balance between like you were saying with the like. You're like, I just crushed. But then sometimes I'll be like, well, just go on the feeling. Because if I think I crushed, I crushed. But then it's like the American Idol effect of being like, what if I think I can sing?
Yes.
And then like
the American Idol effect. I never
like, I feel like that's still in my psyche. Like
yes.
I was too scared to sing forever because I was just being like, well, if these thousands of people all think they can sing and they're tone deaf, how do I know that?
It was like, it was like a bonfire of like people who weren't self-aware. Like we were like, how could you think that you could sing?
Yeah.
Stupid.
And
like,
realizing the producers cultivate. A producer messaged me to be on America's Got Talent. And I was like, I would never do something. This is how I know, like, I want to make it, but not at any cost. Because, like, I had no interest from, like, no, because of course the edit you're going to give me is, like, feminist cunt loser. Like, you know, like.
I don't want to be completely out of control of my destiny.
Like, humiliated on TV is not something I'm interested in.
But as a kid, I just thought it was all, like, truth. Like, I wasn't seeing, like, how much they produce it and how they're purposely having them be bad and stuff.
Like definitely scary to know that. I don't know. I feel like there's times where I'm so susceptible to that, and that it's like by the grace of God, I was not on America's Got Talent.
Thank God.
Oh, of course, I was begging to be driven there.
Right.
I wanted.
And by the way,
so bad.
I did audition for America's Got Talent as a 18-year-old. I was asked because I did like kids comedy. When I did like,
I did not know this.
You didn't know this? Well, I did like comedy when I was like 14. I did stand up.
Do you remember a joke? Like
he has a funny joke.
I want to hear it.
Did you take a class?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you take a class?
I took like a kids in comedy class, and then they had like, it was at Gotham Comedy Club, and they had a teen troupe. And this is like Rachel Colley and I did it.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
so
God.
fun.
So we would do, and it was like
That's so
Sunday
cute.
afternoons
Yeah.
at like 3 p.m. and we would do like shows at Gotham Comedy Club.
So fun.
I've been doing
because
stand-up-
Gotham Comedy Club's like, we need money. How do we
right,
make money?
exactly. They're just like, sure.
Kids, parents.
The kids show, and like so funny in retrospect, a bunch of like kids like pacing around, being like,
What's
"All
the
right,
deal?"
Good work, man."
How long did you do it for? Like, was it like a one-off, or did you guys like stay in this thing?
No. I mean, I did the camp once, but then I was doing shows like every month or so from when I was like 14
my
to
God.
18.
Oh my
my
God.
God.
So you would have like rehearsals with your troupe and then do the show, or
wouldn't
you
do
would just like
rehearsals, just show up.
Wow.
Show
At
up.
least they keep the
Kids
kids
show.
away from the adult.
For
Because
the
there
kids
was like,
show.
whenever
Yeah.
there's like a random 12-year-old that they have like be like a novelty on adult shows, I'm like, get them away from
No,
here.
like, that's not okay.
Let them
That's-
be healthy at
No.
home.
yeah, it's not okay.
I mean, by the way, and this too was like, what's going on? But
it was
again,
cute.
it
You
did
expressed
give
yourself.
me
Yeah.
Who was in the audience? Just like friends and
Parents.
family.
friends and family.
Yeah, so it's
Exclusive.
great.
So it was
Yeah.
cute. It was like a recital.
It's
like
training you
throwing
to
you
like
to the
crush at
sharks.
weddings for the rest of
Yeah.
your fucking life.
Yeah.
Like,
But then, yeah, this is the joke I remember. It's okay. This is the joke I remember when I was 14. It was very okay. It's this. Like, I'm from New York City, so I have, you gotta
from
have
New York City.
you gotta have street smarts. Like, for example, you have to know when someone's like trying to take advantage of you. Like, for example, this one time asked me for money and I didn't want to give it to him because I thought, he might just use it to buy drugs. And besides, it was one of the worst taxi rides I'd ever had.
oh my God, that's so of
Edgy
that, like,
also.
era and of
Right.
your
Yeah, I
age.
know. By the way, it was so
That's
influenced by
so
like Sarah
funny.
Silverman,
Totally.
like misdirect.
Edgy humor of the
I was thinking that.
2000s.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sarah.
All
That's so funny.
ironic,
It's very
like
Sarah.
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
yeah.
oh my
you
God,
see the influence
that's so
of
funny.
Sarah. You see
This
it.
is also of the Avenue
definitely.
Q era. I feel like this type of
Definitely.
humor was very popular. South Park.
Right.
Mhm.
Wow.
But my intention was kind of to turn the convention on its head a little bit.
you're on late night after your
14-year-old
set on
set.
America's Got Talent. Well, so if that joke went over your head,
You get called over to the
it's,
couch.
it's almost a character, really, of
Jimmy's like,
someone
yeah,
who's Jimmy's like, damn it,
Yeah, man.
this is great. God, he's not doing good.
I know. We were just talking about that. What
you know
time
he's
are we
very
at?
tall. Do you know he's very tall?
Really?
I mean, maybe it's just that I thought he was gonna be short.
but he's not.
He's tall. Like he has this like stand-in that comes in. Like I did their songwriting competition.
Yeah.
He has this stand-in that comes in because I realize he has the best gig ever. He comes in for an hour a day, shoots the show. He doesn't even come for the rehearsal. He has a stand-in come so that they can mark his exact height and everything like that. And I go, well, the stand-in's like 6'1". How could that be?
And he is.
He's tall, but it's kind of almost an insult because it's like he gives short energy.
Yeah.
almost.
I get
Like,
that a lot. People are like, I didn't realize you were tall.
tall are you?
I'm like, I'm 6 feet. They're like, I didn't realize. I thought you were way shorter. I'm
No,
like,
you give
You give tall
do
energy
with
to me,
that.
Thank
but maybe
you.
I've
Yeah,
always
thank
known you
you.
in person. People think I'm going to be taller than I am, but I think
Really?
it's because I
That's
have
cool.
such a big personality.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally the direction.
Yeah.
I'm like, all good. It's like how people used to and still do tell me that I look like Randall from Monsters Inc.
Oh my God, I can see it.
Wait.
You know what
But
they
he was
mean.
always the hot
Yes.
one. You know,
It's
Randall was the
not
hot
bad,
one.
yeah.
Besides Mike and
It's like
Sully.
I don't hear that.
Yeah.
It's like
Randall
I
was
don't
totally
think that's what
the
they mean.
hot
They
one.
mean
I don't
he's
think he's
hunched over and
hot.
has a wide mouth.
No, but
That's hot.
But it's not.
He's like
not hunched over, Charlie.
he is hunched over.
No, I know he's hunched over, but that's
But that's
not
because that's
the
what's right
thing
for
you guys
his
have in
body.
common.
What do
You're
we
not
have in
hunched
common?
over.
Like there's the
Skinny.
mouth shape generally, but it looks
Yeah.
very handsome on you. Obviously, it's not like
Thanks. It's all
Randall.
good. It's all good.
Like
No,
I look
it's a
like
com-
weird people.
People wouldn't
Yeah,
say
no,
it
it's
to
all
your
good. It's
face
all
if
good.
it wasn't like a
Right.
compliment. That's what I
Totally.
realized. When someone gives you
Yeah.
like a comparison, unless they are giving you sort of an evil vibe, it's usually. One time someone goes, the woman who I've always liked her, she's in Now and Then she was in Transparent, Gabby Hoffman.
Gabby Hoffman.
I actually don't think I look very much like her, but this guy, which I would be honored to be compared, this guy comes up to me and he goes, "You look just like Gabby Hoffman," and I actually think she's really like beautiful. And I was
Actually?
like, that was the most insulting, like
It's like-
I feel like
backhanded
guys
compliment.
say crazy stuff to you.
You just
Only way-
insulted me and her, and I
Right.
don't even know her, but I'm defensive for her.
Right.
Like,
That's
so
really
funny.
weird.
I don't even think you do.
I know, but I'd be glad to. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been a fan of her since I was like 12.
She's beautiful. She's
She
beautiful.
is
She's
gorgeous.
beautiful.
She plays
Love her.
Adam's sister on
In Girls. Just watched
that
Exactly.
episode.
Really?
She's
She's
great at
amazing,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The word
She's
they have
everything.
a kid named
Yeah.
Sample or something.
Yeah, Sample.
Such
Sample,
a
that's
stupid
so
and bad
funny.
name for a kid.
Yeah.
I really like, and I love a hippie weird name for a kid. That one does
Sample.
not work
Sample
for me.
is so crazy.
Such a
But
crazy
it's in
name.
the show.
It's in the
Sample's
show.
worse than Apple.
So do you like that they did that in the show?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
funny. I think that's smart because it's like that someone would. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your last idea and then?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
let me
let's
read
do it.
that.
Or do you want
No, mine's just kind of bad, honestly.
It is?
You want to throw it away? Save it.
All right,
sure?
can you do
The
my second one?
looks
Yeah, do the second
interesting.
one.
Okay. Second time harmony. Does that mean anything to you?
Kind of boring.
or-
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Basically, just like the second, like this is like the thing of how it sucks to repeat yourself. Like, well, we were talking about that earlier, but a different kind. Like when you're doing stand up, when you have to act like you've never said it before. It's so awkward
Yeah.
because you're like, I'm here and I'm listening. I know it's new for you guys, but like I'm a part of this too.
Yeah.
And the second time I was thinking about like in a song, it's like the second verse or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They do something a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like you can't just do the same thing over and over again like it's the first time you're doing it. Like you have to add a little something.
Yeah.
So you want to add a little harmony or something, but you can't.
That's when
Yeah.
I get embarrassed about story repeating. It's like not even in stand-up context where it's like I get scared that then the person who's told me they already heard this is hearing the ways that like I'm hitting some of the same beats. the same-
right.
And it's like humiliating. Or like if I say something in person
humiliating.
that I'm thinking about turning into a bit or that I've ever mentioned on a podcast or anything, I'll disclaimer, I'll be like, in case you see this in my stand-up, I'm not pitching bits at you in combo.
I always do that.
But this is also an interesting story just sort of in its own right.
Like,
But it becomes a hard part. I feel like that's what made me almost start hating myself as a comedian. Is I'm like, you all, and I can't accept a compliment because I'm like, for you all, that was the first time you're hearing it, and you're telling me good job. But I'm the most annoying person on earth.
Yeah.
and I have to listen
I've
to
been
myself.
annoying
say
myself
the
for
same
years.
thing.
I like one of like my greatest embarrassments like doing stand up is that like there's such shame like repeating jokes, especially with like your fellow comedians, because you think like
Yeah, right.
everyone's gonna be like, oh god, he's doing
how
that joke
could
again.
you? Yeah.
But it's like no one really cares or notices because mostly because when you're off stage you're sort of just not even paying attention.
Yeah, I mean they're
but
not
also
listening.
like but also it's like they're like singers, every other artist is like has
like,
the
I'm
ability
playing the hits.
to
Yeah,
play the
like,
hits.
Yeah, right.
And then for whatever reason there's like a lot of embarrassment that comes with like repeating
To me, it's
things.
like I do. So this is another thing where I'm like, I do notice when someone does
I
the same set,
know.
but it's only when it's like you've been doing it for like
years.
8 years.
Yes,
and it's like
yes,
now we've
yes.
been doing it long enough where I'm like,
You got it.
and it's only when I don't like it.
Yeah,
Do
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like if I don't like it, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to hear this song anymore.
Yeah.
But there's people who do the same bits and I've been doing them for 5 years and I'm like, run that from the
Run
top.
it.
Like,
Let's
you know
say
what?
it
Definitely.
Let's go ahead and hear that one again.
Well, and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
skill
yeah.
is truly impressive because like I went one night with Lisa Traeger to like just watch her do a bunch of spots and we were like hanging out and I saw her do 4 spots in one night and normally that would be like intolerable to me, but it was crazy because she was even hitting the same rhythms, but it truly felt like very in the
Yeah.
moment and new every time, like because she's so conversational that I almost forgot they were actually planned bits.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
And you're seeing
and that's
it
why she's
happen.
good.
So
yeah,
impressive.
like,
Yeah.
but
That's so cool.
but even when you're like a musical comic, like, and it's like you play the hits, like it kind of gets weird because I'm like, when the laughs don't come the same because I'm not having fun delivering it the same, or
No,
I
this
need to
is-
try and change it up.
I can't do it
Yeah.
for years. And it's like, we were actually just talking about this last night. Like the process of a joke where it's like at first it's kind of goopy and then you don't know exactly where it is. And then as you do it, it's kind of starts to like solidify and structure. And then it ossifies and becomes like, oh, this is how I do
Yeah.
the joke. And for a while it's strong and good and it holds up. And then after you start doing it, it becomes so like solid and dry. It actually kind of starts to like
Totally.
fracture,
Yeah.
flake.
Yeah.
It's like a
crumble.
1 month to a 1 year high, and then it's almost like a movie you love. Like then you put it away for so long that by the time you blow off the dust, you're like, oh my God, I've forgotten it enough that it's like new again
Yeah,
and it can
right.
be
Yes.
fun again.
That is the thing. You can come back to something.
You can
but if
come
you
back
do
to
just
some
run
things.
something to the ground, sometimes you do it and
You
you're
can't
like,
do it ever again.
Don't
like-
ever
Or
look
it's
at
just
me.
not relevant anymore and you're trying to squeeze it into these things because you're like, for me, it's
Oh.
always an opener because I
Yeah.
always want to, like, if you don't have them in the first 15 seconds, they're gone. So I always want to make sure I have something strong up
So
top, like
true.
solid. But then when that doesn't work, it's just like, fuck, like, you know, it really gets, I don't know.
losing your opener.
But there's one person
Driving
I
opener?
have. I started with one guy in Portland. Like we're literally like, every time we're on a show together, something always happens where I'm on stage, I start tanking, and I panic to the point that I'm going into jokes that I haven't done
From
in 12
15
years,
years.
and I'll never do again since. And then I
Yeah.
just see him in the back of the room, like,
There are certain people who make you tank.
Yes.
Certain people who make you nervous. You're like, you've never seen me do well, and then it becomes a thing. This person's never seen me do this. Person's never, like,
And
a
here I go
friend
again.
even, or like a whatever. Just somewhere where you're like, I've never been able. Maybe there's something actually.
I know.
I'll never be able to, and then you're in your head. I think we need to stop.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So abrupt. Sorry.
No, it's so
But I've
fine.
been thinking it privately due to it's been way longer than we normally go,
Oh my
and
God,
I have to
great.
pee.
Oh my God.
So
That's
that's
really like there's a
wrap it up.
natural barrier.
I have a
to,
bio clock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bio
of
clock
course.
is
My
honestly a good
biological clock is
podcast
ticking.
timer.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
This was amazingly
This
fun.
was so fun.
Wait, your podcast. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we didn't do it earlier.
No, it's fine. It's
like
literally so fine.
We'll post about it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to hear about it?
I'd love to hear about it. Tell us about it, please.
So Marcia and I we were working on this series for like 5 years. It is a musical comedy series, Audible
Amazing.
original. It's called Underdogs. It's about 4 like first year students who go to this performing arts high school called
God.
Newark Airport High School for the Performing Arts.
In our
Not
world, Newark
LaGuardia.
Airport High
That's
is,
funny.
and
Yeah.
Newark, New Jersey is the hub of American theater.
Wow.
Instead of Broadway, the shows are on Newark Airport Row.
I feel like we really talked so much about theater,
I
being
know,
theater
I
kids. Like
know,
we
I
did, we
know.
really paid homage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what our
yeah.
shows like homage to, is kind of like that soft spot we have for theater, and joking maybe about some of the toxic elements, but it's about 4 kids kind of fighting against a toxic teacher played by Alan Cumming, who plays Mr. Jeremy. And he's like a teacher who definitely has his own demons, and he's been given the main stage show, and they're performing Les Disposables, or Les Dis for short. And it's just a lot of really fun parodies because the whole world is a parody. So like every show mentioned it's a parody. Like, you know, we have like
fun.
Philly Guys. Like my favorite is our Wicked parody, where we have her sing, instead of popular, it's likable. And then she's like, you green little freak, you see, you'll be more like me. Like it's like the crux of that song is Glinda like being like, I'll
hating
make you
her.
pretty.
Yeah, right.
And then
You are wrong how you
so
are.
they don't get into the show, so they are taken under the wing of like this teacher who's been at the school for like 100 years, played by B.B. Newworth.
Her name is
She's-
Mrs. H. Yeah.
And they create their own show.
And that's the loving teacher
yeah.
who really is there for the kids to be the best version of themselves, because the bad part of theater training is when they're trying to make you this sort of stiff mold. But the best theater training is also how you get cast, is by really just being the best at what you do and the most interesting. Like, and you know, our first song is about the first kid singing about her mom tells her like she has a je ne sais quoi, like this sort of certain quality that you can't name. And then it's really about all the kids having that quality if the adults around them will let them embrace it and lean into it and lean into their originality and collaboration.
so
the
good.
kids end up writing an original show with Mrs. H and using it to compete against the main stage, which they've been rejected by. And yeah, it was like we sold it in 2021. We've been working on it for 4 years.
That's
and it was our dream.
amazing.
Like we really wanted Alan Cumming in the part, and then he said yes. And we have Gaten
God.
Matarazzo from Stranger Things who plays
He's
one
a
of the
great
kids.
singer.
An amazing
He's
singer.
an amazing singer. I saw
An
him on
amazing
Broadway
singer.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Sweeney.
Oh, yeah, he's
He
so
was- and
good.
me and all my bitchy friends were like, he's
was great.
amazing.
Yeah,
He's amazing.
and he's so sweet.
And he's really
Just
nice.
like a
And
kind
it's funny because he
person.
plays
Yeah.
basically a Nepo baby version of himself, because in the show, it's a kid whose show Stranger Stuff just got canceled. And his parents are these famous actors. And now he's going to try and leave the TV for theater.
Oh my God.
But he's
that's
kind of been so
funny.
spoiled his whole life. He doesn't really know how to like be a normal kid, but these other kids kind of show him. And it was just so fun to work on, and we really got the cast of our dreams, because beyond those 3 we have these like huge heavy hitters from Broadway. We have Patty Murin, like who is in Frozen.
Wow.
We have just so many people. Gisela Adisa. We have so many people in
Oh,
the
so
cast.
it's a good singing. Like,
Amazing
yeah.
singing.
Oh,
Good
that's
singer.
how
And
Wow,
also the
that's awesome.
kids in it. So the main 4, we have Niall, Bree, Mia, and Gaten. And Mia and Gaten were in Les Mis on Broadway together as kids, and haven't had a project since like until this. Like and so they got to be in the studio together, and it
that's
was
great.
just really
So
really cute.
Yeah, it
This
was
guys,
really
this
fun.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
and
So
we will be
listen to
checking
it and
out.
have your kids, like we hope it's like a Pixar thing where it's like it's for high school kids, but we want adults
right,
to enjoy
exactly.
it
Like
too.
you know,
Yeah.
I'd be watching Encanto,
yeah.
Frozen,
For
as
sure.
well as
For sure.
it's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Moana.
Oh my God, I love
Love Moana.
Moana.
Love Moana. Totally.
God,
So good.
Okay, you guys. Thank you so much. This has been amazing.
Thank you,
We're
guys.
clapping.
We're now it's time to
Goodbye.
clap. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
and have a great rest of your days.
That's it.
Life gets pretty boring when every day's the same. Take me on a rocket ship to see the Earth from space. I'm an explorer, baby. Wanna come over, baby? It's exploration time, exploration life.
That was a Headgum podcast.